first of all, any kind of real-time scenarios, I believe I usually meet all of you for once in 3 months, correct? All the batch folks. I'll be meeting you all once in 3 months. But we tackle one real-time scenario for every batch, to which we request all the old batch folks to join. But today's real-time scenario, it's quite, I cannot say it is different, but I cannot say it is old, right? It is quite different than what we usually did. But the science of old scenarios, like incrementals, batch IDs, and everything, is going to be same, but some area we are going to touch differently. Let me tell you, today we are going to deal with one of the machine learning models as well. Not much, but at least one prediction model we are going to use. We are going to use linear regression model, all right, as a source. But is it understandable? Is it pretty higher? Is it pretty large? That we'll discuss. But today, I need all of you to concentrate a lot, especially batch 34. Batch 34, folks, I'm telling you now itself, it may go quite overhead for you, quite advanced for you, but that's okay. All the real-time scenario sessions, which we arrange for every batch, it's quite overhead for the current batch. For other batch, it is not quite overhead because they already got used to it. Few of the folks already started working on real-time, etc. But my job is to make it simple as much as I can. All right. So first, for the next couple of hours, all right, we're going to see that scenario. Then mostly by 11 o'clock, we can wrap up because I have project work with batch 34. Whole batch folks, all good with this understanding? Everyone is in the same boat?
Yes, I. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I.
And one more thing, tomorrow is a magic date for batch 34, folks. I mean, tomorrow is a magic date and the resume building is happening tomorrow. And maybe end of this connect, at least 5 minutes, give your inputs and you can leave, folks. Like what they're going to start the resume building from tomorrow. Their hunting starts from tomorrow. All right. Other batch folks, your inputs would really be helpful. Yeah. Now, what we can do, let's start upon the scenario execution. Folks, in this scenario execution, I'll slowly go one hour ahead, step-by-step process. All right. Then I'll give the execution, scenario points, code level, and everything. I'll just take you through that. All right. But I need your 100% attention here, folks. No deviations at all in today's session. All right. One sec. Yeah. No deviations at all. First, I'll give the requirement. I'll start explaining the requirement, then the execution, then the hands-on execution. Ready, all of you? It's quite tricky. Don't feel it as an overhead. I'll go very slow. This kind of real-time scenario is something which I came across in my day-to-day job, in my freelancing projects and everything. In the recent freelancing projects which I have handled, there was also a prediction model analysis. That means quite on data science, machine learning model. So thought of discussing with all of you. It's a very small execution on machine learning model, but it's better if you could understand that. All right. We are not the data scientists, folks. We are still the data engineers, but we may end up with handling some machine learning models as a source and destination, but we don't tune it. We don't create it. So don't worry about it. As a data engineer, you have to use it, but how to use it, all those details I'll be telling you. Right? Shall we start? All of you? Okay. Okay. I know that you're on mute. Already?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
as a just a highlights, okay, just the highlights of this particular scenario, we are going to deal with CSV reads, ML predictions, Snowflake integrations. Have a check here, folks. I'm just writing the highlights, okay? First, let's start with CSV reads, ML predictions, Snowflake integrations, Then, one sec. Currency conversions, incremental IDs, Snowflake writes, cross joins. What else? Let me see. Yeah, these are the maximum topics. I believe for batch 34 folks, this is new. This is new. Okay. These are not completely new, correct? These topics, 34 folks, if I'm not wrong. Right?
Yes, I.
These are
Yes,
new.
I.
But
Yes,
don't worry,
yeah.
I'll definitely try to simplify that. All right. These are the highlights of today's real-time scenario. But how that works, what are the things I need to take care? All these details, I'll go step by step. These couple of hours are more than enough to execute end-to-end scenario. But my request, kindly concentrate completely on the execution. I'll go damn slow. Fine? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes, I.
Fine then. Let's get started. First, let me write the architectural diagram for this course. Let me draw the architectural diagram for this. First of all, I'll get the CSV as a source. That's my first and foremost source of data. This is my first and foremost source of data, which we already know how to read CSV and all. I believe everyone aware of it now. Then, once you read the CSV, you have to compute a machine learning model. You have to complete a prediction model. You have to, the data frame would be ready for you. This data frame should be sent to a linear regression ML model. It's a machine learning model, should be fed to a machine learning model. So far, everyone is fine. Everyone is looking good. Yeah. How, sorry, how I send to machine learning model. All right. How I send to machine learning model, how to design that machine learning model. All those details I tell you. But however, just have a check. I'll feed that to a machine learning model. First thing. And the second thing is predictions will happen. This is your predicted DF. This will result a predicted DF. That means it will do some predictions and add a columns for prediction. Predicted DF. We call it as a predicted DF. All right. We call it as a predicted DF. All good. Once this data frame is ready, right, then you have to connect with Snowflake, folks. You have to read the currency conversion rate from Snowflake. You have to integrate with Snowflake. In Snowflake, you will be having a currency conversion. You got my point, what I mean? I'll tell you what is it. All right. I'll get a predicted DF. Predicted DF in the sense, it will attach some columns as a prediction columns. From that prediction columns, once the data frame is out, then I'll read the data from Snowflake, some data from Snowflake, right? Which is helpful for the currency conversion. Currency conversion data is sitting in the Snowflake. I'll tell you what is the currency conversion is. Just understand the hierarchy, like architecture first. Currency conversion info is sitting in the Snowflake. Once you read that, all right, folks, have a check. Once you read that, this is the currency converted data frame gets generated. Currency converted data frame gets generated. Once the data frame gets generated, you have to attach two columns to this data frame. I'll tell you what is this two columns you have to attach. All right. One is batch ID, other one is subject ID. And you have to write the data back to Snowflake, other table. This is a high level architecture of this scenario. Do that make sense in a very high level, at least? All of you, at least in a high level?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Have a check here. Have a check here. Again, I'll repeat. You have a source data. You have a source data, CSV data. Once you read that CSV data, you have to send that CSV data to the machine learning model. That machine learning model will compute some predictions, all right, some extra columns, and it will give you the data. Then what you have to do, from the Snowflake, consume the currency conversion info, then do the currency conversion, attach two other columns, subject ID and batch ID, and write the data to Snowflake. Simple. It's not, I'm not saying it is simple, but the architecture is just these are the modules. How that works, how the data looks like, that you do not worry about it. That you do not worry about it. This is a very straightforward requirement is as a part of this architecture. It's a kind of a straightforward requirement. And this is a part of, this is a very small portion of the bigger architecture. We have so many architectures here, but this is just a small portion of that architecture. All right. But anyway, 34 folks. So far, all good. 34 folks. So far, good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Other batch folks, good. All
Yes,
good?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's write the scenario points. Folks, paint and scenario points are the predominant area you have to concentrate, because this is a recent scenario I came across. This is a recent scenario I came across, but I've implemented that in the PySpark, but same I implemented in the Scala Spark as well. Those who going to do Scala Spark, I'll give this code. During the PySpark session, I'll give the PySpark code as well. But in real time, implement this in the PySpark. But similarly, I've created a data set, similar prediction model in Scala Spark as well. For now, I'm executing the Scala Spark. During the PySpark session, I'll execute or give the code for the PySpark predictions as well. All right. Now, this is the first one. Now, let's get started with a very normal execution, folks. All right. Now, just understand the scenario points. Right? Scenario points is going to be iteration 1. I'll come to the iteration 2 shortly. Iteration 2 is further more complex than the iteration 1. Iteration 1 is pretty straightforward, folks. Meanwhile, one sec. Fine. Folks, more than the paint. More than the paint. Scenario points are damn important. Paint is just a requirement. Scenario points are step-by-step process. So please concentrate. Iteration 1, understand every point. Folks, just give me 1 minute. Window shades has come down. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, folks. Yeah, ready for the iteration one? All of you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follow only the scenario points. Step by step, I'll go and then add one more point. Totally, we have in the iteration one, we have totally 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. We have 2 iterations in this scenario, folks. Concentrate only on the scenario points. The first point is read pred1.csv with header true. This is what the requirement is. All of you know this. How to do this? Here?
Yes, sir.
34
Yes.
folks, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with very, very basics, okay? Fine. Let's see pred1 data once. Because you're completely new to it. Let's see pred1 data. Yeah, this is your file. All right. It's a simple data. I create a very simple data so that you can easily understand it. It's going to be very simple data. Can you see this data, all of you? Very simple data. 5 columns data. It's a very normal data. What does the first point says? Can you read this data with header true? Let's do that. Let's start it, okay? You know this already. Slowly I'll make bit advanced. Val df is equal to spark.read.format CSV dot option header true. There is one more option I'd like to add. Infer schema true. All right. I'll tell you what is that infer schema. Dot load. File colon C data prediction pred1.csv. Very normal start, okay? Nothing so special here. It's a very normal start. One sec. Old batch folks, everybody's with me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have a check. It's a very normal pred, okay? It's a very normal data. Analyze this data a bit. I have 5 columns: user ID, date, label, amount, in, and currency. We'll talk about the currency conversion shortly. But however, and now what they have stated, okay? This is the normal data set with 5 columns, 5 rows, all good. Now the problem starts. This is done. Iteration 1 is this one. Read is done. Now let's go for the second scenario. All right. Now, sorry, second point. Now this point stated, all right. This point stated, let me tell you that. Yeah. Second point stated, performer. Folks, imagine this is a mail I got. Concentrate. All right. This is a mail I got from my boss. Same scenario, okay? Same scenario. This is a mail I have got from my boss. What he stated, read pred1.csv with header true. Right? I have read that. Then my boss stated, perform a linear regression with max iteration with 100 and elastic net param as 0.001. This would be completely blank for you, correct? All of you here? I mean,
Correct,
few
sir.
folks at least. Yes? Completely blank. Right? Now, let's take it as a conversation. Okay? My boss stated, perform a linear regression with set max iteration with 100 and set elastic net param as 0.011. Then Sai replied back, boss, I'm not sure what are you talking. Correct? Valid question. Yeah? Simple. Then my boss replied back, don't worry. That's not your skill. That's ML skill. But however, use the below code. Folks, concentrate. However, use the below code and feed the data frame. What you understood from this point, he was very clear. Have a check here, folks. He gave this code. He gave this code to me. Maybe this is something very new for you, but that's absolutely fine. All right. But he gave this code to me. All right. He gave this 6 lines of code. He gave me the 6 lines of code and he stated, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. All right. That's not your skill set. But can you use the below code so that the data frame will undergo the transmission and you will get the necessary column names? Do that make sense, all of you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Sai.
All of you here? Yeah. Simple. But did you see a data frame coming up here? Actually, feed. Correct?
Sai.
Very
Yes,
simple.
Sai.
Then what Sai did, he took this code out. He copied this code. Straightforward, he pasted in his object class. Straightforward, he pasted in the object class. Very straightforward, folks. Nothing tough. Did you see any issues here? Did you see any compilation issues here?
No.
No, no, Sai.
Nothing. My boss was very clear. Sai, read this spread1.csv. Show the data frame. Feed the data frame to the machine learning model. What is my model here? Tell me. What is my model? Machine learning model.
Linear
here?
regression.
Linear regression.
With set max iteration, set something. That's not your job. That's not our job. We are data engineers. We're not data scientists. I said, hey, that's not my cup of tea. He said, don't worry. Absolutely don't worry. Use this code. But to this code, what you have to feed? Your
Data frame.
Your data frame. That's it. I paste this code. Now check this spreaddf.show. Have a check here, folks. Spreaddf.show. You will get a prediction columns at the end. See the extra columns. Our data frame has undergone the machine learning model transformation. Have a check. This is your raw data frame. Can you see some extra columns coming up, all of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Some
Sai.
prediction percentages, some futures, some words. You do not worry. Folks, in real time, in my case, they informed about the raw data. They informed about the raw data. Then they asked, we have a machine learning model. Our data has to undergo the predictions of that machine learning model. Then I got, that's also linear regression only. Then I requested, can I have that machine learning model? They gave us a jar. That's a different story. But similarly, I created a code here, linear regression code. I just fed my data frame to it. I just fed my data frame to transform to this machine learning model. And finally, I got the prediction columns. Can you see that? Do that make sense?
Yes.
You are not the responsible to create a machine learning model. That's not your job in real time. Try to understand that. That's not your job to create a machine learning model in the real time. You have to ask, hey, you want some predictions to perform, right? Do not worry. I am there for you. I will guide you. I will, like, we have to go ahead and asking, hey, data scientist, can you give me your machine learning model? I want to use it in my code. But by the time you use the data, your Spark data frames will get some extra columns with the necessary predictions. Folks, if I give this code, you can also perform it, right? If I'm not wrong. Yeah?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to. Okay. Folks, this is not your cup of tea. But you should know how to handle a data frame for the predictions. This line is very important. All the linear regression will happen to the model name. You just have to feed your data frame. That's it, nothing else. By the time you create a data frame, obviously you will have the proper predictions happening here. Prediction modeling. We call it as a prediction modeling. All right. Anyway, my data frame is out. Now, can I put this is done and this is done?
Yeah.
And we
Yes,
got a
sir.
prediction DF as well. Okay. Done. Now comes the new requirement. All right. Have a check here. Have a check here. Then Sai replied back to the boss. Boss, it's done. I see some prediction columns coming up. Columns coming up. Understand the requirement, folks. Understand the requirement. Now, so far it is so smooth. Nothing so tough. Nothing so complex here. Now my boss replied back. All right, it's great. My boss replied back. It's great. Then, Sai, did you see any currency conversion? Did you see any currency here, all of you? Different currency,
Yes.
actually. Folks, this is in GBP. This is in USD. This is in INR. Again, GBP, INR. Right? GBP is nothing but your, what is GBP? Where we have this particular thing?
Great Britain.
Great Britain. Correct, all of you? UK. Pounds. Great Britain pounds. Correct? All of you? It is in the pounds. This is in USD. This is in INR. This is GBP. This is INR. Now, my boss stated, see the transformation, folks. All right. My boss stated, can you convert all the, for example, okay, all the currencies to USD? You understood my requirement?
Yes.
So, folks, very simple requirement. Right? The first thing is, I read the raw data, well and good. I performed some predictions, well and good, by using the machine learning model for linear regression, well and good. Sanjeev. Handle meeting with case, Sanjeev. Kindly do not interrupt me and others. Please, Sanjeev. Yeah. Now, this part is done. I read the CSV data. I fed that to the machine learning model. And I got the predicted DF. All good. Now, my boss put a very layman requirement. This currency is not in USD. This is not in USD. This one and this one is not in USD. Only the second one is there in the USD. Sai, can you perform an operation to convert that to the USD for all the currencies? You understood the requirement here. actually.
Yes. Unique currency.
They need USD currency. But Sai asked requirement. How can I get the currency conversion rate? Very valid question. Yeah. How many USDs is equal to 1 GBP? Or how many GBP is equal to 1 USD? We are not sure. How can I get the currency conversion rate? We can get it through online. I'm not denying it. But how can I get the currency conversion rate to my code? All right. Then my boss replied back, concentrate. We have currency conversion rate in our Snowflake. Where we have the currency conversion rate, folks? Sitting in our Snowflake. What is actually a Snowflake mean? 34 folks? Completely new, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
What is the Snowflake? Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse. Snowflake is a cloud data warehouse. All right. So it looks like RDBMS, but it is not RDBMS, folks. Let me show you that. It looks like RDBMS, but it is not an RDBMS. We have a currency conversion rate in our Snowflake. Then Sai replied back, can I have those details? Can I validate it? This was the question asked. Folks, my boss was pretty clear. Read the source data, perform the prediction modeling, then do a currency conversion. Predicted DF, pakka. But we have to use this Snowflake guide, which has the currency conversion info. But we are not sure how to check, how to validate, how to see the data, how to integrate with Snowflake, how to get that currency conversion rate, how to do this whole conversion is a completely blank for all of you here, at least for few folks here, correct? Here, especially 34 folks. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Sai is a completely layman. He doesn't know anything. He's completely a new guy, right? That's the reason Sai asked his boss, can I have those details? Can I validate the data? Then the boss replied back, all right, with some details. He gave some details to us. These are the details. Have a check here, folks. I'm going slow. Fine. My boss replied back, these are the Snowflake details. But Sai is completely new for it. Right? Folks who are very new, if I give these details to you, what will you do first? Tell me.
We'll try to give it an option section.
No. See, I want you to validate the data. Looking at these details, what will you do first, immediately?
Try to
Log in with those credits.
Exactly. Go
Snowflake
inside.
connection.
Correct? All of you? Using this, you go to this URL first. You'll go to this URL first. Then it's a Snowflake login is getting asked. See, have a check. Give the username. Give the password. It will log in. Folks, I know many folks are new to this Snowflake, but did you see the understanding here? What will you do first? The currency conversion has not yet done. I'm just validating the data, right? I'm just validating the data. How can I do a currency conversion? Now, this is the area you've got. Now, what we can do next? Go to the dashboard, see something, just keep exploring. Suddenly, over the database, I see some databases came up. Can you see that, all of you?
Yes,
Correct?
Sai.
Okay. Which database I see? Tell me.
ODB.
Zayo DB.
DB.
Schema is getting opened. What is the schema?
Public.
Public. What is my table name?
Source tab.
Currency source tab. Can you see that, all of you? Can you see that table coming up? Yeah? Correct? We have the table. But let's query this table a bit. Okay, we can query the table. Have a check here. Let me query the table. Okay. Now, let's go ahead in shooting a command. Have a check. Right? Select star from ZayoDB dot public dot currency source tab. Is this your database? Is this your schema? Is this your table? Getting my point?
Yeah.
Just query this and see whether you have any data here. Wow. Can you see the data, all of you?
Yes.
Currency conversion for GBP to INR to USD. Currency conversion for INR to USD. This is what I have it in Snowflake. Now, have a check here. I'll go a bit slow again. Have a check. Folks, after I perform prediction modeling for my data frame, I got this data out. Well and good. Now, what my boss stated, we have some currency conversion rate sitting in our Snowflake. This is currently sitting in our Snowflake. This is inside my Snowflake. Actually. All right. This one. Now, what he stated, 1 USD is equal to 1.21 GBP, that conversion rate. 1 USD is equal to 0.012 INR. Can you see the conversion rate sitting here in Snowflake?
Yes.
Now, what my boss stated, using this table, all right, using this table, can you convert the whole amount to the USD? That's the requirement. Because you have to convert this 52. I mean,
GBP.
USD. No. This is in GBP. 1 GBP is equal to how many USD? So this currency conversion should be performed so that if I multiply 1.21 to this 50, that becomes USD. You got my point, what I mean, all of you?
Yeah.
Sai.
All of you? Yeah?
Yes.
If I multiply this with this 50, right? Simple. For example, 50 GBP is equals to 50 into 1.21 USD. That makes sense? Yeah. 50 into 1.21. 60 USD. Now you got the point what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the currency conversion rate they are expecting. Now, they want us this 60 to come up here. But the currency conversion should happen according to the Snowflake data. My Snowflake data is having the currency conversion rate, so that I have to perform it accordingly. Okay. That was my, folks, all of you understood this requirement first?
Yes,
All of you
yes.
here?
Yes, Sai.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
34,
I-
folks. So far, all good. So far, all good.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now have it. Old batch, folks. All good. So far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nothing overhead, isn't it? How to do
No.
it, I'll do it. How to do it, I'll explain. But you understood the requirement first? All of you here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
sir.
So currency conversion should happen. Depends on the currency conversion should happen. Depends upon the Snowflake data. Now, to do this currency conversion, is it not very important for us to read this data first?
Yes.
Is it not? I have to get this data to my Spark environment.
Yeah.
Simple, right? Now, Spark has to integrate. Spark has to go ahead with integration. Let's get this data to our Spark environment. Let's get this table data to our Spark environment. Obviously, I want to read the data from RDBMS. I want to read the data from file system. I want to read the data from MongoDB. I want to read the data from Cassandra. I want to read the data from AWS. Azure, doesn't matter. Ultimately, what is the only option you have for the better integrations?
Jars.
Spark, read, format, options, load.
Oh.
Correct? All of you? Everyone agree my
Yes.
point?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I.
Yes.
Spark, read, format, options, load. Now, what Sai did bit quicker, all right? He said, okay, boss, I'll do it. Sai stated, okay, I'll do it. He informed his boss. Now, what Sai did, he just went ahead, Spark, Snowflake, Maven, or jar. Just like that, he searched. He got some integration jars. All right? Some jars he has downloaded. Right? We need the jar, right? All of you? Integration jar?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah? We have a jar.
Yes, I.
Absolutely, we have a jar. What we can do, we can start the integration. Now, what Sai did, he opened it. First, let's consume the data, folks. First, let's consume the data. About the conversion, let's tackle that later. Let's handle that later. First, target on the integration. Let's get that currency conversion to our area. All right. I already downloaded those jars, folks. You need not to download it again. I already have all the Snowflake connectivity jars. I'll give this to you. Don't worry. Open, apply, and close. That's it. I added Snowflake jars to my Spark environment. Now let's read it. Val Snow DF, Snow currency DF is equals to, tell me, Spark, read. What is my format this time? What is my format this time?
JDBs.
Snowflake.
Snowflake.
Oh.
Snowflake is my currency conversion. All right. Then option. How many options we have? You know it, right? We have so many options
Yeah.
here.
Many other.
Many options we have. Many options we have. What is my first option? SF URL.
Yeah.
SF account. User.
Password.
Password. Database. Schema. Role. Warehouse. DB table. Dot load. Now let's fill data one after other.
You missed the schema.
Schema.
Okay, sorry, schema. Yes. Now let's fill the data, folks. First, get this. SF account. SF user. SF password. Database. Schema. SF role. Warehouse in the table. That's it, no? Folks, all of you understood here?
Yes.
Shall we check whether it will read the data from Snowflake? That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this. I gave the URL. I gave the account name. As per the details sent by my manager, I'm just executing it. All right. This is your raw data frame. Prediction data frame. Currency conversion. Pakka, all of you. Simple.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Folks, is it interesting? Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting, sir.
Hope I'm not
It's
boring you.
interesting, sir. No, sir.
Old batch folks might be thinking, you know,
Get it.
again the same voice.
No, sir, no,
That's
sir.
that so-called voice.
Mad borings.
No, the thing
No,
is like
sir.
again the so-called voice.
Sing
is
the
not-
voice, sir.
Sing the voice. Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, so now have a check. Okay. Now, currency value. Now, what we have to do? We have to multiply this currency conversion data, folks, to this amount. We have to multiply this currency to this amount. We have to find a way to do it. Wherever I have GBP, there I have to multiply it. And what about INR? I have to multiply to this and this. Folks, which remains untouched, which is not required to touch.
USD.
This should not be touched because it's already in USD. Yes or no, folks? Correct? Yeah? This should not be touched. So if I have GBP, multiply it with 50. 50 into that currency conversion rate. If I have INR, do this currency conversion rate. But I have to do this. How to do this? 34 folks, I would like to ask you.
Cross
How
join.
I can multiply?
Cross join by filtering.
No, not cross join. Here the cross
join. Left
Left
join.
join.
left join. Left join. Yes or no, folks?
Yeah. Left join and
No.
currency.
It's a left join. Now have a check. Shall we perform a join between currency and here we have currency, isn't it? Yeah.
We do have.
Can we use these two columns to do a join and do this perform? So
Yes,
Simple.
I join on.
we can
currency.
perform a join. But I have this case sensitivity issue. This has caps currency, that has small currency. Now what? I have to make everything lowercase. You can do a rename of the column. Folks, can we do a rename of the column? Yeah. Or else you can do one thing. Use 2DF. For the data frame, use 2DF. You can use with column as well. But to make it simple, use 2DF, columns gets mapped. You got my point? This columns will be replaced with these columns. You understood what I mean?
Yes, sir.
These columns get replaced with this. Very simple. Let's make the common column now. Why to worry about the case sensitivity here? So I'm just changing it here. Folks, very simple. I read the raw data, performed some linear regression, read the data from Snowflake for currency conversion. So far, I performed a linear regression machine learning model, then the currency conversion. The data is ready. Now, let's perform left join. Well, currency left is equals to df dot join Snowflake con df sequence of currency left. Correct, all of you?
Side currency.
Currency.
Currency left. Currency left dot show. 34 folks. Hope everything is good.
Yes.
34 folks so far.
Yes, sir.
That's the reason I'm going a bit slow. raw data frame, machine learning model predicted data frame, data from Snowflake, joined it. Okay, not DF, not the DF, PredDF, right? All of you? It's a PredDF.
Yes, sir.
PredDF, yeah. Folks, we are going bit crucial area now, step by step. Please watch. Again, raw data frame. I'm okay to repeat and bore you because you should not lose the strings. Predicted data frame. Data from Snowflake. This is your data from value. Can you see the value has come up, all of you, for GBP and all? Yeah. Now what I have to do, I have to multiply this 50 with this 1.21. I have to multiply this 90 with this 1.21. 80 with 0.021. 50 with 0.021. UST you have to ignore. Correct, all of you? Pakka? Understood what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Now have a check here. Now have a check. I'm going, folks, I'm going slowly a bit deeper. It's a conditional statement I have to perform. I have to multiply this
Yes.
whole amount column with this value column. Simple. How to multiply? But you have to have it in mind. The currency conversion should happen only for GBP and INR. If it is a USD, you have to ignore. Yes or no? Obviously.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Case statement. We can.
Simple. Let's write the case statement. How the case statement work? If it is a USD, you have to ignore. If it is an INR or GBP, you have to undergo this one. So have a check. Now let's write the case statement bit slower. Okay. Dot with column. I have to impact amount column. All right. EXPR. Here, let's write the case statement. Case when, let me write folks. One sec. Folks, I'll straight away remove folks. Mayank, can you go on mute, Mayank? Mayank from batch 32, can you go on mute? Folks, I'll straight away remove folks. Whoever from which batch, it doesn't matter. Even 34 folks, I'm telling you. I don't want to get distracted today. Doesn't matter who are you. I'll straight away remove you from the meeting. Because I need a lot of concentration in the scenario based today. Basha, I am also warning you, Basha. Mehboob Basha. Handle meeting with care, Basha. Don't go on unmute. Yeah. Amount, EXPR. Case when currency in like GBP or INR. If the currency is GBP and INR, folks, concentrate only these three columns, okay? Concentrate only these three columns. The entire case statements happens here. Which three columns are in scope right now? Tell me. Currency,
Amount value.
amount and
Value.
Value.
only these three columns is in our scope. Currency, amount, and value. Now let's write the case when statement. Case when currency is in GBP or INR, I'm talking about, and INR. If case when currency in GBP and INR or INR, then amount into value. Valid scenario.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Else amount. And simple, very simple. Have a check. See the case statement. Case when currency is in GBP or INR. Then amount into value. Then amount into value. I'm talking about this one. amount into value. Else amount. What is that other else comes up? This comes under else. Correct, all of you? This one, the last 70. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. USD. done.
Obviously USD. If it is a USD, it will ignore. What my conditional statement states, hey, if you are GBP or INR, if you are GBP or INR, all right, then multiply amount with value. So this gets multiplied with amount with value. This gets multiplied with amount with value. Everything installed with amount with value. Other than INR or USD, you doesn't require any change. Leave the amount as it is. Don't touch it. That's it says. Case when currency is in GBP or INR, then amount into value. Only if it is GBP and INR, amount into value. Else amount, leave the amount. Else means if it is not GBP or INR, leave the amount. Don't touch it. This is your case when statement. Do that make sense, all of you here?
Yes, sir.
Well, currency conversion is equals to currency left with column. Folks, very simple. Everybody's with me?
Yes, Sai.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's a processing, folks. I'm processing the data here. Okay, let me make it in a multi-line. Case when currency is in GBP or INR, then amount into value, else amount, end. Check here. Simple case when statement, I repeat it. Case when currency is in GBP or INR, then amount into value, else amount. Currency con into show. Let's see whether conversion will happen.
Sai,
Oh,
the
you'll
true
have to
statement
change the
will be
current
correct.
left.
The currency left dot show.
No, one
No, no.
second. Okay,
On the
okay.
up of yes.
One sec. Variable issues. One sec. Thus is I'm a bit careful in mentioning the names because like later on when you check, you should remember what is the reason for this currency conversion. Anyway, you should be a bit careful. Let's see, the conversion should have happened or raw data, prediction data, currency information from Snowflake, joined data frame, amount got converted. Can you see that, all of you? Do that
Yes.
work?
Yeah.
Can I confirm all this data is converted to a USD?
Yeah, Sai.
Yes.
All this data is converted to USD. This data, I got it from Snowflake. Then to the current data frame, I have joined. Then I perform the multiplication option. Then I perform multiply and I see it. Folks, let me ask you a very simple, let's see how many folks will answer that question. Let's see how many folks will find that question. Folks, this data frame has 3 problems. We have to solve 3 problems. Not a problem. Let's see. What are the 3 major problems in this data frame?
One is the currency itself.
Amount
Currency.
should be rounded off.
Improper order.
Folks, is it still GBP right now? Is it still
No.
INR right now?
No, it's wrong.
USD.
Is it not? I have to get the USD for
USD.
all the data here.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Is it not USD should be converted to all the data sets here, basically? Yeah, that's the first problem. What's the second problem?
User ID.
Amount needs to be rounded.
Amount.
Amount is a kind of a non-precision. Yes or no, folks? Is it so
Yes.
awkward?
Yes.
Yes, it is awkward.
Yes.
What's the third one?
Value column
need to
is
be
wrong.
Value column.
Exactly. Do we still
Value
require this
column.
value column?
No, we don't want.
We still require this value column? No.
No, we don't need.
So we have to tune this data frame a bit. Folks, we have to tune this data frame a bit. First, we doesn't require a value column. Second,
Drop.
amount should be precisioned. That two value precision. Third, currency is no more GBP or INR. Everything is converted in USD already.
Yes, dear.
Let's solve one after other. All right. Let's solve the currency first. Everything is USD right now. I want all of them to get hard coded as USD. How to do that?
Case.
No.
Lit function.
Just put expression USD.
Yeah.
Replace.
Lit
Lit will help. No.
USD.
Lit will help. Val final conversion is equals to currency conversion dot
Dot.
with column
with column.
currency
USD.
EXP or
of
USD.
Lit of.
USD.
Later.
Do that help? Lit is nothing but hard coded. Correct? All of you? Yeah. That's your first with column. I need the currency to be completely replaced with what? With
USD.
USD.
next issue. Dot with column
Amount.
amount call of amount cast it with decimal type with precision 18,2. Correct? All of you?
Yes.
What I'm expecting, how many precisions I'm expecting here? Tell me. Only?
Two decimal
Two
Only
decimal points.
What this 18,2 will do? Have a check here, folks. 18,2 represents this data. Take this data, okay? Take this data. What this 18,2 will do is, have a check, 18,2. What this decimal type 18,2 will do is, it will make only two numbers to be visible after precision. You got the point what I mean? All of you?
Yes. Yeah.
That too represents this. Only two numbers will be available after the dot. 18 represents the left side value. Only till 18 you allow it. You can increase it, but 18 is a standardized format for left side of dot. 2 represents right side of the dot. Now, that's the cast I'm doing. Hey, impact amount with decimal type 2. That is also done. What's the last one? Tell me. Drop.
Drop value.
Drop.
Final conversion. Folks, so far all good. Everyone understood this whole conversion, what I just did.
Yes.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Sorry.
Yes.
Folks, I'm going step by step. 34 folks, everyone is with me, right? Slowly, I'm going step by step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
I'll reiterate it. Don't worry.
Yes,
This
sir.
requires an iteration. I'll reiterate it. That's the reason I keep mentioning the data frame thing again and again. This is your raw data frame. Predicted data frame. Snowflake currency data. This is your joint data in the last. This is your currency conversion. Then everything got changed to USD. Helps all of you? Yeah? Do this
Yeah, yeah.
maintains the two precisions here.
Yes.
Pakka? In the
Yeah.
last, did you see the value column is gone? Now, can I say all good? This data frame is all good,
Finished. Yes.
right? So this is your processed data frame, completely processed. This got impacted. Go on mute, please. Go on mute, please. Go on mute, please. This got impacted. This got impacted with a proper precision. And this also got impacted. No value column exists here. It's already removed. No value column exists here. All the 3 columns got impacted. Changed everything to USD using lit function. To get the 2 precision, casted the decimal type. Dropped the value column. All good. Now I put a mail back to my manager, right? It is done. It is done. Folks, now I would like to ask you one simple question. One sec, folks. Let me connect the charger. Yeah. Now let me ask you one simple question here. What are the steps we have done so far? Read the data. Can anyone tell me? First, how we started?
Read the data.
Read the raw data,
Dot.csv.
right?
Then
Underwent prediction modeling.
read data to.
Read data from Snowflake for conversion.
Yes.
Then
Join with.
Then converted currency conversion.
converted the currency.
Currency conversion.
Currency.
Then join.
Then join.
Then join.
Changed the type. Currency type. Okay, go on with. Go on with, please. Currency type. Then
Dropped the value column.
precisions and value dropped. Correct, all of you? Paka? Yeah. This is what we have seen so far. Now my boss came up with a new requirement. I mean to say, he's going step by step, okay? Understood? Step-by-step procedure. Step-by-step procedure. Now my boss, right? Then my boss replied back. Sai, 3 more things to do. Actually, 4 more things to do. 4 more things to do. Let me list one after other. Can you attach a column? Can you attach a column, something known as batch ID, with value 1? You understood or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a one, blank 1.
Hardcode.
Lit will work. Just a simple lit will work.
Yes.
Simple. Can you attach a column subject ID with incremental number starts with 1? How many of you did not understood this one? That's okay. Okay.
Me.
Have a check what he stated. Folks, have a check here what he stated. This is your raw data frame. This is your raw data frame. As of now, this is your processed final data frame. What he's asking, attach new column, something known as batch ID. What is my column name he's expecting? Column name should be batch ID. That batch ID should be 11111. Hard code this one. Now this is clear, all of you here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Simple. He's asking to attach one column as batch ID with hard coded 1. Then he also stated attach one more column known as subject ID. Subject ID. This subject ID should have.
Thank you.
One sec.
Remove.
Let me remove. Yeah. No, sorry. I removed him. Yeah. So subject ID with incremental 3, 4, and 5. Now you got what I mean? All of you here.
Yes, I
Yes,
understand.
I.
Yes.
Yeah. Now have a check. Can you attach a column with batch ID with value 1? Can you attach a column subject ID with incremental number starts with 1? This is what he's asking to do. These two columns he's asking us to do. Fine. Let's solve batch ID first. Let's solve the batch ID issue. All right. Now tell me, well, batch ID, final conversion with batch with subject. Okay, with the batch ID. Okay, tell me, how can I hard code a batch ID? Go ahead. Final conversion dot
with
Column,
with column
batch
Batch ID.
batch ID,
batch ID
lit
lit 1.
Lit of one.
AEX lit.
lit off.
Lit of one.
Do that help all of you?
Yes.
Yes. Very simple. First, attaching a batch ID is extremely simple. It's extremely simple. Attaching a batch ID is very simple. Raw data frame, predicted data frame, currency conversion data, join data frame, multiplied data frame. We got the data, processed precision data, and we got batch ID 1. That helps. Yeah.
yes,
Now,
I.
batch ID is done. This is done. I attached a batch ID. Now, what is the next column I have to attach? Tell me. Subject
Product
ID.
ID.
Now I'll ask a question to batch 34. How can I achieve incremental number
Zip
for a
index.
data frame?
Zip index. Zip index.
Row number.
Row number?
Row number.
Row number.
See, row number works under aggregation.
Monotonically increasing ID.
Monotonically incremental.
Monotically increasing ID.
Actually, I don't want to hear this word at all. That's the worst ever answer.
with index.
Exactly.
Zip with
Exactly.
Index.
Zip with index. Folks, what is a major issue with monotonically increasing ID?
Use a single reducer.
Skewness,
Data
data skewness.
skewness. I mentioned in the gold video. Yes or no? All of you?
Yes, I.
Yes.
Mentioned in the gold video. Monotonically increasing ID will make data to undergo skewness, data skewness. It will help you here. I'm not denying it. But all the data will go to single executor and it will create a data skewness. We have to go with zip with index. But how can I perform zip with index? Many of you in the old batch folks, during the previous scenario also, I executed the same. What I did, I just went to Google. All right. I just went to Google and typed index Spark data frame. Index, I mean to say create an indexing column, which is an incremental column. Then you remember a method I took out. You remember this forum I took this out?
Yes.
Old batch folks especially. Yeah. Folks, 34 folks, don't worry. This method will help you. Which uses what? Which uses what?
Zip with index.
Zip with
Zip
index.
with index. Now, take this data frame out. Take this method out. Batch 34 folks, you remember, we have to create a function. I created a function. You remember where to put a function and call out that function?
Before the main, we need to.
Before the main, we have to. Correct, all of you? I believe in the Scalar tutorials for beginners, you might have seen it. Correct, all of you?
Yes, I get.
Now, what does this method expects? It expects two things. What is it? It expects a Spark session and a data frame.
Data frame.
What this method says, hey, give me the data frame. I'll give you the index. Give me the data frame. I will give you the indexing column. Because I'm using what? Zip with index. I'm using zip with index. So this method will help you. This method will help you. If you feed a data frame, it gives you the, one sec. Yeah. If you feed a data frame, it will give you the index. What is my method name? Tell me, what is my method name?
Add column.
Add column index.
Index. Add column index. Now, val index df is equals to Shake, removing the shake. Sorry, shake. Yeah. Index df. Now, let's call this method. All right. And this method expects a Spark session object and the final conversion batch. Yes, sir, now, folks, you understood my point, what I mean here?
Yeah, Spark session and data.
Folks, this method expects two parameters. What are the two parameters? Spark session as well as a data frame. Now, I feed this data. Now, let's shoot dot show. Let's see whether we get a required incremental number. Do not go on unmute unnecessarily. I cannot tackle meeting issues today.
Say index.
That's okay. Let's see. Index dot show. Huh?
No, sorry, you need to add it.
Index dot show. Okay.
Show.
Okay, that's what you're addressing. Okay. I thought column name. There is also one more transformation we have to do. Column name, I'll show you. Folks, don't go on unmute answering. Maitri, I'm removing you, Maitri. Sorry, Maitri. Straight away, I have to remove folks. No other option to me. Okay. I have to remove you. Yeah. Yes, that helps. One sec. Okay, Salman removing you. Okay. And straight away removing you, folks. I don't have much mercy today. Okay. So I got index. But we have two problems here. As per the requirement, we have two problems here. What is it?
It should start.
Column name is different.
one.
Column name is different.
Column name and
What is the expected column name?
Subject ID.
What is the starts with
one instead of
one.
zero.
Start with 1 instead of 0.
1. Now, can we rename this column, all of you?
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Folks, this requires a revisit of the video for sure. The reason why I'm telling you is, folks, this is very new for you. Definitely you have to revisit it, but still I'll iterate once. Go on unmute, please. Don't let me remove you from my end. Okay. Fine. Can you tell me what I did here, all of you?
adding.
Added one to subject ID.
Renamed index.
Subject
You
ID.
rename the column name and then
And we have incremented by ID.
That's it. Now have a check. Very simple requirement. I added a column index with Spark and final conversion batch with column rename Then with column subject ID I added. Plus 1 I have added. Have a check here. Raw data, prediction, Snowflake currency conversion, then value, multiplication, precision handling, then batch ID solving, subject ID starts with 1. Do this solve the issue? All of you?
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Folks, this cannot be understood in a single attempt. Just understand as much as you can. The reason can go overhead. I'll be going bit slow. Now, can I consider my data frame is ready as expected?
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
This is also solved. And this is also solved. This is also solved and this is also solved. Simple. That's the requirement. Now, last, right, like I can say 3 things is enough. Third thing is, write the data to Snowflake
Snowflake.
with the table name customer target tab. Hope you remember this paint, isn't it, all of you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Take this paint. You took a raw CSV, performed the machine learning model. You got the predicted DF. From Snowflake, you consumed the currency conversion. Then you got currency conversion data frame. Then you attached
Send subject ID.
batch ID and subject ID. Which is left out? Tell me. Which is left out?
Write the
Write data
in
to Snowflake.
Get back to Snowflake.
Write the data to Snowflake. Okay. Sorry, Jitendra. Sorry. Removed. Yep. Write the data to Snowflake. All right. Write the data to Snowflake. Now, they're expecting you write the data to a customer target tab. Now, tell me, same details, but what you have to do? Tell me.
Right.
Right.
We have to
It is
write dot options.
Dot write. Dot format.
Format.
Same.
Same.
Same information, folks. But
Mode.
what is the
Table name.
table name I'm expecting?
Target
Customer target
Target.
tab.
tab.
Do that make sense, all of you?
Yes.
Pankaj?
Yes, I. Yes.
Yeah. Same, but they're expecting a different table to be written. Once this data is written, I will show you the final data in the Snowflake.
So
Folks.
should we add mode?
Not required as of now. I'll tell you. This table does not exist, but that's okay. I believe it does not exist. Let's see. As per my understanding, it doesn't have. No, we do not have. That's okay. Don't know how to save stuck fields. Okay. There is one issue here. Folks, can you see some fields are in the array? All of you?
Yeah. Words and
Yeah.
features.
We have to make it as a string. We have to make all columns to string. Let's make all the columns to string. Shall we do it, all of you? Yeah?
Yes, I.
Yeah. We can do it. Instead of, hey, cast off words, cast off futures, don't worry. Spark, cast all columns to string. Very small code, very small code. It's in PySpark. This is your scalar Spark. That's it. You can cast all the column to string using this data frame, using this code. Have a check. Index df. That's it. This is a very small code. It changes all the columns to which data type? Tell me.
String type.
String data.
String type.
Simple. One line of code. Okay. Now let's write it.
I changed.
One sec. New df. Okay. That's it. Folks, I'll reiterate once before we go for the break because this requires some iteration as well. I know like it's quite advanced, but we have to touch the advanced areas going forward for sure. "34 folks, don't worry. Don't worry at all. Definitely you have to revisit this. All the real-time scenario sessions, you have to revisit it. And a good bit advanced actually, one after other, one after other. There are very, very minute, delicate informations. Many transformations we are performing. Done, folks. Data is written. Let's go and check in the Snowflake side. You have data available in the Snowflake. Do that make sense? All of you here?
Yeah.
Did you see the data here? Close this. Okay, that's fine. Can you see the data here, all of you? Snowflake. It's a complete data. Now, can I say the data has reached here as well? Okay. Now
Yes.
see this once. We read the CSV data, sent to machine learning model, then prediction DF, currency conversion, then it converted to data frame. Then we attach two columns, batch ID and subject ID. Then we return the data to Snowflake. This looks simple, I know, but is it covering up all this outline architecture? Yep.
Yes, I.
Yes, sir.
34 folks, okay, no? At least you
Yes, sir,
understood the
understood,
outline.
sir.
Outline.
We were able to understand.
Understood. Yes.
Yeah. Old batch folks. Okay. Old batch folks, less than 34.
Yes.
Yes, I.
Yes, understand.
I'll give the code, I'll give everything, re-execute with an understanding. That's definitely required a better understanding. Iteration, this is just an iteration 1. Iteration 2 has a small change that we'll see in the second half. One more important point, folks. All the old batch folks, there are some announcements for all of you. Okay. Very important announcement. First and very important announcement. Openings information from January. Predominantly active batch is in high priority. Secondly, if you want to know the openings information, you can contact Hema. She can provide you if you have any openings information for different locations. You got it, all of you? Old batch folks?
So thank you, sir.
That's a very important one. Secondly, SQL documentation. What is SQL documentation is? Folks, I'll be giving you, I just prepared one SQL document here. Okay. Maximum all the type SQL topics, right? Tables, filters, column filters, multi-value filters, union, not filters. All right. Min functions, match, count, conditions, concat WS, lowercase data, seal, along with the data set, folks. Round the data, trim, spaces, distinct, substrings, union, all aggregations, then window functions, row number, rank, dense rank, lead, lag, having function, inner joins, all the types of joins, date formats, subqueries, collect list, collect set, explodes, everything I created this particular document. I'll be providing you this explanation of this document. I'll be uploading a video in our Zebron website. In Zebron website, you might have seen an SQL tab. Can you see that, all of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I.
It is in progress. All the batch will get an access. Don't worry. Right? It's in progress. You'll get the video shortly, but before tomorrow evening. Explanation of each and every part of this SQL document. Do that helps, old batch folks and 34 folks?
Yes, I.
Really, sir.
Absolutely.
You are good, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First one.
Thank you so much.
Next one. Very important one. Scenarios. SQL, specifically interview scenarios. All right. We created another document. All right. We have another document for SQL scenarios. One sec. Yeah. What is the data set? See, totally we have 14 scenarios specifically for the interview purpose. This is your data set. This is your solution. Target direct. What is a query and the solution? Like that, we solved around 14 major scenarios which you expect in the real time, mostly in the interview patterns. Explanation of this video will be available under scenario-based videos. You got the point? Hope this also helps.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This also in progress. You will get it, but the documentation is ready. I just have to upload the implementation. I'll provide this as well. This is the third update. Fourth update, gold video. All the old batch folks, you got access to the gold video. Have you validated it?
Yes, I.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
If any issues or any questions with the video access or the gold video access, please join the doubt sessions. You know the timings, Monday to Friday evening, 8:30 to 9:30. Hope you know it. Gold video is predominantly the interview purpose. It's just 3.5 hours of video. Old batch folks, I'm talking about till 32. 33 folks knows about it. 32 folks and less than 32 folks. Gold video is predominantly made for the interview purpose. How many of you got offers predominantly with the gold video? 33 or 32, most probably. Yeah, that has an impact. That has an impact, right? At least 70%.
Yes.
70%. I don't want to exaggerate. 70%. Yeah. So these three will definitely predominantly and introducing from batch 34 for the interview purpose, because tomorrow we are building the resume. Right? And the last announcement, batch 36 is going to start approximately in 6 weeks, but the enrollments already started. I believe many of you already seen my status. We opened with 60 last week. Out of that, again, 57 is filled off. I think 55. I'm not sure about the count because last 3 days I'm not even in the current trend of world because I'm completely in a different state. I think Hema and Gomati was just accumulating and giving the numbers for the inquiries. So in case of any new people, like any of your referrals, please ask them to call me. Only me. I'm the only point of contact, not Gomati or not Hema. Okay. We planning to extend 10 more till 70, but the discussions are still going on. We cannot afford the discount enrollments for everyone. So any referrals, please ask them to send. As you know, there is a referral cashback of ₹2,000 per referral. But 14 folks has yet to send the referrals cashback for the 14 folks of the previous batch students. The time you inform me, I noted down everything in my notepad. I'll be starting for batch 35. I'll be starting the cashbacks information every day with the limits which we have. If you miss anything, I'll be giving a window of 3 to 4 days to reply me for my message, so that whoever replies me, I'll immediately close it. Sorry, because the delay should have happened because of your referent should have not replied properly, or some other reasons, or my WhatsApp should have mugged up with so many messages or whatever. But we'll ensure maximum to solve all the pending also. Around 14 folks, as per my understanding, 14 folks are still pending with the previous batch. The new batch, since we are going to start a new batch 36, you can inform your referrals to call me. All right. Clear with this? All the announcements? Yeah. Regarding the openings, Hema will be updated. So check with Hema. Hema, do you have openings for this Chennai location? With which company? She can update you with a point of contact. Okay, folks, do that helps? Yeah.
Yes.
But my only request, please do not mention Zaya Browning. Say that you got it through Naukri or LinkedIn or somewhere. Got it, all of you? Please don't mention Zaya Brown. Even though they knows it, don't mention it. Clear? Yeah. And SQL documentation, interview scenarios, goal video, and 36 batch openings has started. Shall we take a short break and meet back, all of you?
Sai, I have a request, Sai.
Yes, sir.
Sai, can you please upload this scenario video like today's class and
For
previous
all
two
the batches
classes?
will be uploaded.
Yeah, it is not done for previous scenario also.
No, for that
Please
we don't get an approval. For this, I got an approval. All right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Got my
Yeah,
point?
please
What is the
upload for
timing
old
for
batch
the-
also.
It's morning 8:30 to 11:30. All right. Final. Folks?
When will be the demo, Sai?
No, demo is not yet planned because like mostly demo will not be available because like already the inquiries are closing up. So I'm not sure about the demo. Yeah. I can give us if you ask some reference to Conma, give us some sample videos, but demo I'm not sure. The date is not yet planned. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sai,
Let's
what
meet
is
back
the
sharp at
timing for
10:25. Shall we?
timing for doubt
this
session?
video will be available in the site, right? Because I have a interview scheduled at 10:30. Actually,
Would be available, but second iteration is quite important. Anyway,
I have an interview scheduled actually.
I'll confirm. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine then, folks. Shall we meet back? Yeah.
Sai, what
Yeah.
is the time for doubt session? Monday to
It's
Friday.
always Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Friday evening 8:30. No question about it.
Okay.
Time
okay,
will never change. Bridge will never change through it. Got it?
Okay, Sai. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Folks,
Sai, one last question. This real-time scenario completed or do we need to continue for the next session?
second iteration would be there. This is just a first iteration. Okay.
Got it.
Second iteration still there. That's furthermore bit complex. Yeah.
Got it.
Fine then. Thank you, folks. Let's meet back sharp 10:25. Thank you. Yeah, folks, am I audible?
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. Good to see all the old names actually. Hi, Sudhi. How are you, Sudhi?
Yeah, what's it, sir? How are you doing?
Good, Sudhi. Yeah. How's the work?
Yeah, it's going on good. Last year also same time I was in the session. This time I wanted to make sure that I'm in the session too. So
But you already came to the circle of big data and then you are in the session.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other batch folks. So, as I just promised you, whatever the update happens, whatever the things happens in Zebron, you're always allowed, you're always accessible to it. So scenarios and SQL, recently the interview patterns and the trends has changing slowly one after other. Okay, slowly the interview questions are coming up. Then we introduced gold video. The scenarios has increased. Then we started solving the scenarios and giving it to you. So anyone having any scenario based questions, please post in the Telegram group. Other batch folks, not 34. We are trying our best with the information which you provide. Few of the information are not completely provided. We tried our best to fill the gaps, but still few of the questions are still unanswered. So posted everything in the Telegram group. Batch 30.
What is the Telegram group name?
I think we already shared it.
No, I think we.
No, actually I shared it. We actually shared. By the time we created it, we shared in all the announcement groups. Okay, let me share it with you. Okay. Let me share it with you now. One second.
Yeah, thanks, Sai.
Yeah, to me as well, sir.
No, I'm sending in all the announcement groups. Yeah. Okay, sending all the announcement groups, including batch 34 folks. Sending the Telegram group link for all the batches. Okay, we already have around 1,100 folks of the. $33 folks I have shared. 34 folks I have shared. 32 I'm sharing you right now. $32 I have shared. 31 also I have shared.
Sai, we are unable to open the Telegram link, Sai.
Is it for everyone?
No. Yes.
Yes.
We are I am able to.
No, all of them joined.
I'm not able to join the
I
link.
think many folks joined already. Okay, try after some time. No, just give try after some time. Many folks already joined. I see many folks started joining. Try after some time, please. Yeah.
Sai, can you send that link in batch 28, Sai? Announcements
I'm
batch.
sending you. 30.
Even 30.
I'm sending. I'll say I finished. Then you comment me. Just give me 1 minute. 32, 31, 30, 29. Just 29. $28, 27. Yeah. 26, 25. I think you didn't receive it, right? Almost. If you're not able to join right now, please try after some time, folks. Send it in 24, 23. Everyone received? 23 folks, 24 folks.
Yes, I from batch 28 received.
Perfect. Yeah. Any other? If you're not able to join, please try after some time so that could help you. Yeah, folks, let's get started. Shall we have a quick iteration of what happened so far? And we go for the iteration 2. All of you, shall we?
Yes.
SOI. So folks, definitely it's a bit deep. But don't worry, you have to revisit the video. I'll give the entire code and data set. But iteration 2 is quite interesting as well. Now, I'll cut up everything. I'll cut all the data. Nothing changed. Let me start from scratch. A quick recap of iteration 1. Iteration 2 is simple, but only one major challenge we have. Let me execute that. Let me tell you that. Okay. All of you ready for the quick recap? All set? Yeah. First one is read the data. Straightforward data read. Follow me, folks. Follow me. Understand the architecture. Understand the architecture, please. First, we have CSV data. Send for a prediction modeling. Then you'll get a predicted DF. Connect to Snowflake to consume the currency conversion data. Convert that currency. Then write it to Snowflake by attaching 2 columns. Step-by-step procedure. I have read the data. This is our raw data, pred1.csv. Have a check here. Second iteration is smaller one, but deeper one. Okay. This is just an iteration 1, folks. Raw data read. Next, what's the next step? We have to send that to the prediction modeling. All of you remember this? I believe. Prediction modeling. Pakka. My data frame was fed to the prediction modeling. Perfect. Batch 34, folks. Today we have the project work. Okay. Post 11 we'll start it. Half an hour iteration 2 is fine. Enough. Now, prediction. We got the predicted data here. All good. Prediction columns has come out. Linear regression model has provided some prediction modeling here. That's not our job, but still we need to process it. Then we have to get a currency conversion. Where does we have currency conversion? From where the data is sitting for the currency conversion? It is sitting in where the currency details are sitting.
Snowflake.
Snowflake. So I'm just connecting to the Snowflake to get the currency data, currency rate data, conversion rate for GBP and INR. USD should be ignored. Yes, we got the currency conversion. Next, we have to perform left join so that I have to multiply this data with amount and INR. So let's perform a left join. Left join will help you to combine this data frame and the previous data frame. Then you can do a multiplication. Done. Left join should have happened. The value should have come at the last. Perfect. Now it's time to multiply this amount with this value. But how the multiplication should happen? Only for GBP and INR, but not for USD. So then we performed a case when statement. Simple case when statement. Case when currency in GBP and INR, then amount into value, else just an amount. Put it here. I'm impacting the amount column straight away. All right, folks, have a check. Done. Everything got converted. But what is the 3 major problem here? Type of currency, precisions, and Unnecessary last value column. Agreed? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, I.
Hard code, decimal type, drop, shoot. Folks, second iteration is going to start shortly in the 2 minutes. Let's see whether precision should have worked or not. This is the converted data frame. Precision. Do that is working. Everything is converted to USD. Precision is done. And drop the last value column. Pakka, shall we go ahead, all of you? Done? What's next? Attach the batch ID. Batch ID. We have to attach 2 columns. Subject ID as well as batch ID. Batch ID is straightforward attachment. Hope all of you remember this. Yeah?
Yes, I.
34 folks. I'll give this code and everything. Can you execute within this week? Will that work? Step-by-step process?
Sure, sir.
Yeah? Step by step. Go one after other with an understanding. Everything would be fine. Analyze each and every line of the code. Done. Batch ID got attached. Now I have to attach which extra column? Tell me.
System ID.
Subject ID.
Subject ID.
But that subject ID should be incremental column. Starts with what?
1.
1. For that, I took which index? Zip with index. Yes or no, folks? Yeah. I added one method at the top. Add column index. That will help you for the column side. Have a check. I'm feeding Spark and everything. Index subject ID plus 1. Folks, in the first attempt, it is not easy to catch every minute detail. But I would like to show this, the criticality or the complexity here. Yes. It's not like simple Parquet read, Avro read. No, it's not going to be like that. Critical scenarios should be there. One after other, you have to solve and you have to go in step-by-step process. Now, see the subject. This is batch ID and this got subject ID. It's working. Pakka. And we write the and what we perform next? We converted all the columns to what? Tell me.
String
type. String type. It converts all the columns to the string type. After that, we write the data to the data frame, to the Snowflake. That helps. All of it helped. Yeah. Now Sai has put a mail back. But I just want to ask you 34 folks, is it overhead or okay? Is it at least the outliner part you can able to understand?
No, it's
Able
mostly
to
okay.
understand.
Okay. Mostly understand.
Mostly understand.
That's okay. If you're not, few folks feel it as an overhead, do not worry. I itself told you. But why I'm introducing 2 such complex scenarios, you have to accept the fact scenarios could be complex in the real time. You have to understand one after other, solve one after the problems, right? Don't worry, you're just getting to the beginning stage of it. But once you get used to 2-3 problem statements, it'll go in a flow. Read the data, predictions, currency conversion code read. Conversion happens with the join, GBP and INR, hard code and precision issues, batch ID and subject ID issue, casting, writing. Simple code. This is your iteration 1 code. I'll give you this iteration 1 code. All right. Now Sai has put a mail back. Folks, all of you ready for the next iteration? Iteration 2. Yeah. Ready?
Yes, I.
Yeah. Now Sai has put a mail back. stating that iteration 1 completed. Very valid scenario. Iteration 1 completed. Did we complete the iteration 1? Paka? Done.
Yes, sir.
Now he comes up with a new requirement. Now my boss comes up with a new requirement. Concentrate. Let's start with iteration 2. Sai, what he stated, have a check. Okay. See the step-by-step process, what he mentioned. You already know 70% of this iteration. All right. You already know the 70% of this iteration because it almost have the iteration 1 information. So let's go with the iteration 2. So I read pret2.csv. What is asking to read this time? Pret2.csv. That's a new data set. You got the point, all of you? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
He has to read this second file now. Pret2.csv. Compute linear regression. That you know. Hope everybody know how to do it now.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes.
you know. Read the data from Snowflake. And do the currency conversion. That you know already. Solve all the problems, whatever you have. Before you start, batch ID and subject ID, ping me. You understood his requirement?
Yes.
Folks, same, no change at all. Same, except batch ID and subject ID. Exactly before going with subject ID and batch ID, ping me. Till that, do your work. Shall we start our work, all of you? Shall we? Yeah.
Yes.
Currently removing everything. Currently removing everything. All right. No. Let's start our second iteration. Start. Pret2.csv. This is pret2.csv. Only 2 rows. All good. Simple. Then linear regression. Folks, linear regression. Take up the code with linear regression. You already know the code. This is your code. He's asked to do the same for this data frame also. He's asking to perform for this new data set also the same procedure except batch ID and subject ID work. Removing you, Akash. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Now, can you see that all of you? It's performing linear regression work. Pakka? This is happening. Predictions has come out here. Next. What's the next step? What is the next step we have to do? We have to?
Snowflake.
We have to do what? We have to?
Currency
Currency conversion.
Conversion.
Currency conversion. As usual. Same step, okay? Let's do the currency conversion. Let's read the data from Snowflake. Same iteration, folks, except subject ID and batch ID. Now I got currency conversion rate. Now what we have to do from this currency conversion? Tell me. I have to?
Left join.
convert it to USD by multiplying.
By multiplying it. As usual. Left join can
Left
help.
join.
Left join can
Left
say.
join. Yes.
Same process, no change. Perfect. We got the value column in the last. Shall we convert the amount as usual? Same.
Yes, sir.
Done.
Yes, sir.
This looks a bit simple, no? Than iteration 1. Yes or no? Oh,
Yes.
Yes, right.
Yes, sir.
Same.
but you don't know the future.
No, we are doing immediately. No, sir. That is why it looks easy.
Correct. We have already revised. Yeah.
Yes. So currency, value. Now amount will impact. Have a check. Say amount impacted.
Yes,
Amount
sir.
impacted increased. Pakka. If it is USD, no change because it's an USD. If it is a GBP, conversion has changed. But what is the major issue here? Currency. Precision is
Currency
normal,
name.
but hand the precision. Value column unnecessary. Pakka. Shall we execute the same code?
Yes, sir.
Same code, no change. Same code. My boss stated solve all the necessary problems, whatever you have. Before exactly subject ID and batch ID, ping me. That's the question. As usual, okay? It's so smooth. So far, it is smooth. Raw data, predicted data, conversion data, currency rate data frame, amount, conversion. Finally, the issue, USD is resolved, precision is resolved. In the last, you will not see the value column. So far, all good. So far, all good. Everyone agree my point? So far, happy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now comes the actual problem. What is actual problem now? What he stated exactly before batch ID. Please ping me. This is my current data frame after solving all the necessary problems. Currency conversion is, predictions are done. Currency conversions are done. Right? Currency change is done. Precisions are done. Or the data frame is ready. Now I replied back to my boss. Boss, I have completed. Right? Boss, I have completed till subject ID and batch ID. Then my boss came up with a strange requirement. What he stated. Sai, this time, sorry, I'm removing you, Samir. Samir, please leave, Samir. Please, Samir. Yeah. This time, the batch ID should be greater than 1 from previous batch ID. What you understood?
Increment.
Incremental.
Increment.
Different set of batch.
This time,
2.
he's expecting the batch ID should be as
2.
2 plus 2 subject plus 2.
He's expecting as 2. Correct? All of you? Expecting as what? As 2. But my question, did he mention to hard code the value? You tell me.
No.
Did he mention to hard code?
No.
No. You cannot hard code this time. You have to find a way. Reach the snowflake, get the maximum batch ID, and add 1 to it. You got my point? What I mean?
Yes, sir.
I reiterate it. I reiterate it. This time, he's not asking you, hey, can you hard code 2? No. He's not asking hard code 2. What he is asking, reach out to Snowflake. Buddy, reach out to Snowflake. Get the previous batch ID. Then add 1 to it. You cannot keep hard coding every day, correct? As 2 one day, 3 one day. So no, folks. That should be dynamic. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Obviously.
Correct.
Strange requirement or acceptable requirement, right? Yeah.
Acceptable.
Acceptable requirement.
Practical requirement.
He burst another. He burst on another bigger problem here. Subject ID should be incremented from where we left last batch. You got my point?
Yeah, sir.
Again, Max.
Yes, sir.
Subject ID should be incremented from where we left from last batch. What is a maximum batch ID here? Maximum subject ID here.
5.
5.
5. Now he's asking. Alia, one sec, Alia. I'm removing Alia. One sec. Let me not waste time here. What he stated, it is 5 is a maximum subject ID. Yes or no, folks? Yeah. Now he stated, dynamically find a way to start incrementing from 6 and 7. You got the understanding now what he says?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But that has to happen dynamically. You should not hard code it. Hey, lit 2. Hey, start plus 5. No. How long you will do it? That's a problem statement here. You have to find a way to automatically process this. Everyone understood the requirement here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. We have to find a way, reach out to Snowflake, get the previous maximum batch ID and add 1 to it. Get the previous subject ID and start incrementing from it. In the previous batch ID is 1. Then this batch ID should be 2. Previous where we left is 5 is a max subject ID. It should have shuffled, that's okay. The max is batch, 5 is a max ID. We have to start with 6 and 7. It's not so terrible requirement. $34 folks, are you panicked here? Or are you first of all, you understood the requirement, 34 folks?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
right.
sir.
For the requirement.
Interesting requirement or okay?
Interesting.
Testing, sir.
Right.
The real time kind.
But how to solve it? Okay, we'll do one thing. To solve this issue first, shall we get the max of batch ID and max of subject ID first in our Spark?
Yes.
Shall
Yes,
we get this 1 and 5 to our panel first? To our Spark, then we can think of how to do it. Yeah? Will that work?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
First, get that. How to get max of batch ID, max of subject ID from this table? We have to go to Snowflake and get the max of batch ID and max of subject ID from this table. Okay, first get that. Again the same. Right? Max subject, max batch. But here what I perform, all right? Here what I perform, I simply open a query. What would be this query?
Select max.
Max of
max of subject ID
And max of
Max
Max
batch
of
ID.
as
As,
MS,
as
yeah.
max of batch
Batch
ID
ID.
as
Yes.
MB
MB.
As,
from ZioDB.public.customer target. Will that help all of you? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, 34 folks and the other folks.
wonderful collective work.
One sec. Let me remove. Before I remove, people are going on mute, or else I could not. I am removing them immediately. But anyway, opening the participant list, folks. I'll straight away remove you, even though you go on mute immediately. No matter who you are. Okay. Yeah. Now, let's get the maximum batch ID and maximum subject ID to our Spark area first. This is just like scoop query, hyphen query. We got the MS and MB. Yes or no, folks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We got the maximum subject ID and we got the maximum batch ID. All right. Now, how to do this? How to perform this? How to take care of everything? You getting any ideas or blank as of now, at least? As of now.
for batch ID, we can do cross join.
In batch ID, we can do +1 for the max.
Okay. We'll do one thing, folks. Let's keep this aside for a while. Just keep this aside for a while. During the iteration one, we attached 1 as a batch ID and 1, 2 as a subject ID. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Usual process. Yeah. Leave this for a while. We'll use it. We'll get back to this. Go ahead with the normal iteration. Right? Hardcode batch ID 1. For this data frame, attach batch ID 1. How to do that? Hardcode it. How to do that?
With column.
With column.
Batch.
What is it? Batch ID, correct?
Lit
All of
Batch
you?
ID.
Lit of 1.
Lit of.
of 1.
Lit of 1. As of now, I'm hardcoding it. That's fine. I'm hardcoding it. We'll come back. As of now, I'm going it with 1 only. Absolutely accept the 1. Absolutely accept the 1. As of now, okay? Folks, hardly 5 more minutes. We're almost done. Yeah. 1 got added, all of you. Pakka?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I add this 1 to this, do the problem solves?
Yeah, sir.
You understood what I mean, all of you?
Yes.
Whichever the maximum I got, okay, I have 5 plus 1. If I have 1 plus 1. If I have 10, next iteration becomes 11. Yes or no, folks? You got my point, what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine I have so many iterations happened. My maximum batch ID is 25. If I add 25 plus 1, this batch ID becomes 26. Do that helps all of you? What I mean?
Say.
Folks, all of you getting it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whatever the maximum batch ID I got, I'll add this 1 to it so that this batch ID becomes plus 1 batch ID. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Shall we generate subject ID also? Starts with 1 as of now, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Same procedure. Follow the same procedure which we followed. Same procedure for now, okay? Folks, this is a quite tricky area. Concentrate a bit. This is quite tricky area. Folks, it's definitely, it may go overhead. So don't worry. You have to rewatch this. Removing Urina. I'm not sure whether people are educated or matured enough such a kind of controlling myself. I'm not sure how many useless folks are doing this the whole session today. Anyway, folks, immature folks, please leave the meeting. Now itself, I'm giving you time. Immature folks, leave the meeting. If it hurts your ego, please leave the meeting. Don't showcase that you're educated enough. Okay. Folks, let's take this data frame. Let's take this data frame. We're almost done, folks. We're almost done. Let's take this data frame. Let's take this data frame. Fine. Closely watch out this data frame, folks. Folks, if I add 1 to it, the problem solves. Tell me.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Yes, yes.
If I add 5 to it and 5 to it, do the problem solves?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
That's it. No, it's
Yes,
not
sir.
so simple here. All of you.
Yes, sir.
Getting my point or not?
Yes, I'm.
Yes, I.
Yes.
Getting.
Shall we do a cross join? Cross join. Between these two data frames, let's do a cross join. Well, join df 2 is equals to index df dot cross join. What is the use of cross join? Can anyone tell me that? What is the use of cross join?
Cartesian product it will give.
One to many maps. One to many maps.
Cartesian many would be there, right? I'm performing a cross join so that what will happen? This 5 will go and map to all the data. Yes or no, folks? You agree my point? Yeah? Like this. Same happens for MB also. It gets mapped to all the values. Then I can easily perform the addition. Agreed my point or not? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
I.
I.
See, have a Cartesian product for cross join here. Yes. Cross join happened. Now what will I do? Shall we add 5?
With
Yeah.
column and so on.
Shall we add these two columns? That solves the problem. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Add this
Yes, sir.
column. Add these two columns and these two columns. Pretty simple. Add a check. Have a check. Val final df is equals to join df dot with column. Let's target on the batch ID first. Let's target on the batch ID. Batch ID would be 1 plus MB. Just do this. Almost done, folks. 2 minutes. EXPR. Batch ID plus MB.
MB.
Have a check. Am I going fast in the scenario today, or I'm reiterating again and again, right? Hope that helps. All of you.
It's fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
I.
keeps the flow.
Yes.
But you may have to revisit it, folks. I itself telling you, you may have to revisit it. There's so many transformations here. Can you see the batch ID has changed? All of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
I.
sir.
If you
But,
cast it to integer,
that's-
that problem solved, right? We can cast it to integer, correct?
Say.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
we'll do that. Before that, this issue resolved. What is left out? Tell me.
Subject ID.
Subject ID should
And
also be
then-
added. Let's subject ID. With column, subject ID, EXPR. Folks, starting the project starts in another 2 minutes, folks. Yeah. Plus MS. And I'm dropping MS and MD. It's no more required for me. We can drop it, right? Do we require that?
Not
required.
Not required.
Not required. Folks, last 2 minutes, we're going to start the project explanation. Just give me a minute. Whole batch, folks, how you felt? Is it productive today? To understand all that?
We were
Yes,
able
sir.
to revise many of the
Yes,
points.
I give
Yes,
scenario.
The linear part, the linear
Yes.
regression, currency
It
conversion.
was deep and helpful.
Yeah, okay. All good. Do that added. Shall we cast it to integer? Both the columns?
Integer.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Let's cast both the columns to integer. Go on mute, please. Go on mute, please. Go on mute, please. Go on mute, please. Harita, Naveen. Please, 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 and please. Please, okay? Yeah. So, batch ID. Integer type. Batch ID. Subject ID. Integer type. This is our final data frame, processed data frame. So, what is left out? Shall we write this to Snowflake? Final Snowflake? Yeah?
Yes.
That's it. Let's write it to the final Snowflake. All the work completed, folks. All this work is same. Linear regression is same. Currency conversion is same. Precisions, everything is same. Only we have to take the maximum batch ID and maximum subject ID, and we have to start our incremental from that point. That's the reason we are going a step-by-step process here. All of you, do that helps?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, is it solving the problem? 2 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I.
What is left out? Let's write it to
Snowflake.
All right. 1 sec. Folks, regarding this real-time scenario, batch 34, folks, you may have to re-execute actually, and you can, okay, let's convert into all things to string. 1 sec. That's it, folks. Done. Final df, new df. Let's mode as append. That's it. That's it, folks. Scenario is done. This is, today we saw linear, it's very deep session. You cannot understand in the first attempt. Revisit the video. I'll give the data sets and code templates for you, iteration 1 and iteration 2. Then you can execute further. Possible to practice this, all the other batches as well as 34 batch, folks. I'll
Yes,
send the
I.
data and everything for you.
Yes, I.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Yes, sir.
I'll give the jars. I'll give everything for you. End of this connect, maybe another 1 hour. I'll accumulate everything and give the code and everything. Please reiterate it. Please work upon it. 34
Sure, sir.
folks. Let's start with the
Yes, sir.
project work shortly. Yeah. Fine. Data is done. Please go on mute. Kindly do not irritate me at this point of time. One sec. The rate is done. Sorry. Sorry. Did I drop it? Something happened.
Target.
I think you dropped it before.
I dropped it, I think. That's the problem.
I think you dropped it. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, but everyone understood it, right? First of all, yeah?
Yeah, sir.
It will go and attach at the bottom of the data frame, of the Snowflake table. I'll give all these details. Thanks a lot to all the batch folks for joining today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope
Thank
you
you.
understood that. Yeah.
Bye.
So
Thank you,
all
sir.
I'll provide all the notes and video for you. Others can, all the batch folks can leave. 34 folks stay back. We have the project work to discuss.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you,
the
sir.
other batch folks,
Thank you
please
so
leave.
much.
I need only batch 34 folks. I need only batch 34 folks. Others, please leave. Please leave. I have to start the project explanation immediately. Project explanation immediately. All of you, please leave. Other batch folks, please leave. Let's not keep repeating it again and again because it will kill the time for batch 34. Kindly consider, please leave. Just give me 1 minute, folks. All the other batch folks, please leave. I have to start the work for the batch 34 folks, please. Project work is going on. Bipin, Nageshwar, can you please leave? Yagna, can you please leave? Don't let me call out your names. Tamuka, please leave. Angad, kindly leave. Angad, Aditya, 33 batch folks, please leave. Don't let me repeat it again and again. Please leave. I have to start the work. Folks, don't let me remove you. Please leave. Daneshwari, please leave. Daneshwari. Guntur Manoj, please leave. I cannot say it multiple times, folks. Please try to understand. Kindly do not irritate me. Other than batch 34 folks, any of the people are there from batch other than other batches? Anyone from different batch? Alex, you also, Alex, please consider Alex. Kindly leave, Alex. Kindly leave. Folks, try to understand. I have very less time for batch 34. I believe I'm talking English only. Everyone understands English here. Please leave. Please leave. I'm verifying each and every person here. Faisal, you want me to come and call you and tell you to leave? Faisal, you know English, right? Okay, I'm giving the last 30 seconds time. Others, please leave. Fine. I don't have time to address any more than 34 folks. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
How was the scenario today? Was it understandable? Was it crucial? or critical, or this is real-time one. Understand the real-time requirements at all. Was it okay?
It was
Yes,
logical.
yeah. Yes, Sai.
Understood the
It's
concepts
right.
very well, Sai, but we need the practice.
You definitely need a practice, and you definitely have to revisit the video, folks. You got it? All of you? Yeah? You definitely have to revisit. I'll give all the iteration 1 code, iteration 2 code, Sparks, Snowflake integration, linear regressions code, everything I'll give you. When you get some time, try to understand this scenario. This is very, very important scenario. You can happily say that in your project time or in other interviews time. Hey, we used to do this, prediction models, currency conversions. We do integrate the data. We write to the Snowflake. It's almost like an end-to-end project. Yes or no, folks? From source to destination, actually, right?
Yes, it's a complete ETL thing.
It's a complete end-to-end. Please revisit. See, if I'm in your situation, I'm in your sitting as a student, first attempt, I cannot understand it. Not at least. I can understand the outline, but not completely I can understand. I tried my level best, but however, revisit matters. Many discussions happen. Regression, predictions, Snowflake integrations, joins, conditional statement, precision, taking care of precision, hard coding it, currency conversions, then Snowflake writes, subject ID, batch ID, many things has been accumulated here. So what we can do right now, all the other batch folks, please leave. I'm just telling this very respectfully. Don't let me talk in other situations or different words. Please. Don't let me talk in other words or rude to you. I cannot keep saying this to all of you. Okay. Let me take from 11:17, right? Let me take attendance at 11:17 and let's see any other batch folks are there. Okay. I'll call you. Other batch folks, I'll call you. Please try to understand, folks. I have to concentrate 34 going forward in this 15 minutes. Fine. Batch 34, folks. Are you happy with the session today? At least.
Yes, Sai.
Yeah, very much, very much.
Sai, very much.
Very much happy. Yeah.
And those who did not understood, don't worry, revisit, okay? Now, today, we're going to have a project data. Project execution. Project execution 1. I'll start with my requirement. Sorry. I'll start with my requirement. Concentrate on the requirement. Please, okay? Concentrate on requirement a bit. It's pretty important here. Then, tomorrow is our magic date. Everyone aware of it, right? Right? We are going to have a profile building. Believe me or not, myself and Hema has spent sleepless nights from last 1 week. Okay. I'm not sure how many folks know. I mean, I didn't reveal this. I got affected with typhoid last Monday. Okay. Now I'm okay. Now I'm fine. Absolutely fine. But the only thing which kept driving me in this 5 days to work for batch 34, the SQL scenarios, solving SQL scenarios, discussion. On the one side, the discussions happens most probably in the continuous 3 days in the hospital. I went to hospital and the discussions happened multiple times with Hema and solving the problems, finding the goal, SQL document. I think SQL document also you should have got on the Wednesday morning, 4:30 or something. If I'm not wrong, very early morning. Correct? Completely sleepless. Because I want to create it. I want to definitely drive. I cannot take any excuses. I don't want to delay anymore. Right? I should not be the reason for the delay. We are really trying hard from our end. I'm not asking any sympathy here. I'm just telling you the journey what we had in the last 5 days, myself and Hema. I took care of SQL document. She took care of scenario solving. data sets creations and real time. Now, the one which I gave as a real time, I have to create a data set. I have to create an execution model, architecture design, prediction model, everything I have to prepare in this whole 5 days. It's not simple. And 35 batch we have. One sec. Let me remove them. Folks, I'll straight away remove you. I'm not sure whom, no matter what you are, even though you're Prime Minister. I'll remove you, okay? I just open my participant list. Open. If anyone going on mute, I'll immediately remove. Okay? Participant list is in front of me now. Directly, I'll straight away remove you. Now, see, I'm not expecting any empathy or sympathy for the things I do. What I mean to say is how we are serious here for batch 34. That's the reason I revealed it. Right now, I'm absolutely fine. No worries. By positively weekends, I should be fine. So, we took very serious batch 34. We are trying our level best to solve the projects and everything. So I believe everyone also should take things serious from your end. Got it, all of you? Possible? Today and tomorrow?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And very important thing, today and tomorrow is going to be highly crucial. Number one reason, project. Sorry. I control the cough as much as I can for staff. Anyway. First, project execution, whatever you're going to do today, you're going to explain in your resume as well as your interviews. It's going to be once, but we can exaggerate as much as we can. Handle this use case. Now, we executed a real-time scenario, correct? All of you? Yeah?
Yes,
That
sir.
real-time use case, we integrate with our project. We integrate that with our project. Fine. And you can complete the project so that becomes a heavy architecture to mention in the video, in the scenario. But this execution one is pretty simple. All right. So let's go ahead. Now have a check. It's a pretty 9-step process you have to perform. All of you ready to hear the 9-step projects? All of you? Paka? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple. The very first step you have to do is, just give me 1 minute, folks. 1 minute. Sorry. Sorry. Now, it's just a 9-step process. The first important step is read project sample.avro. Do you know how to read project sample.avro? Simple.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me start from very basics, from scratch of basics, okay? From very scratch of one. First step is create an Eclipse project. Create an Eclipse project. Simple. Second one, add Avro jar and read project sample.avro. I'll give one file. You have to read that project sample.avro. Can you see a file here, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Akka? All of you are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's your second step. That's your second step. The third one, read URL data and convert that to data frame. Which URL data? You remember the random user, all of you?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, sir.
This is your URL data. Very simple, folks. add Avro jar and read project sample.avro. Read URL data and convert that to a data frame. You want to see a sample output of these two? You want to see that? What is a project sample output and conversion data output? You want to see that once?
Yes,
Have it
sir.
check. Have it
Yes,
check.
sir.
Which step is this? Which step is this?
Step
Add
two.
data.
Step 2. Avro data. Can you see that, all of you? Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next, URL data. You remember this URL data?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember this URL data, right? Simple. That's your third step. Fourth step, flatten the URL data and do not select column which is in the caps if you have. Sometimes you get some columns in the caps. Can you see this BSN, all of you? Like this column, caps column, right? Check here. Next SSN will come. Such columns you should not select. You got my point, all of you, what I mean? Yeah?
Yes.
The better indication is caps. Please do not select any caps columns when you flatten it. You got my point? Yeah?
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
flatten that completely, explode and everything. You know how to explode. Please explode it. Flatten the URL data completely. Do not select columns with capital letter. All right. Done. Have a check here. This is your flattened data frame. Can you see a URL flattened data frame here? Simple. Once you flatten, you will see the data like this. Folks, this is your raw Avro data. Venkatesh, what is the problem, Venkatesh Reddy? Is it so tough to handle meeting with care, Venkatesh Reddy? Can you answer me, please? Venkatesh Reddy, 984181554950.
It was by mistake, Sai. I did not notice. Sorry for that.
Everything happens by mistake only. Raw data, Avro data. URL data, you'll get this data frame, flatten it completely. You'll get this data frame. But you'll not select any of the columns with capital letter. So far, everyone understood what I mean? Yeah?
Yes.
So far?
Yes, sir.
Fifth step, remove numericals from username column. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Move numbers from username column.
Select only alphabets. The names.
Split the
What is the fifth step, folks? What is the fifth step? Numericals, you should not have it.
Numericals and username.
Yes or no? Do that removed? Yeah? Yeah? What I mean to say is, folks, 5 minutes extension would be there today's session. Is that fine? Only for today? Till 11:35?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
folks,
Fine for me.
we have two sources. One is Avro data. Okay. One is Avro data. Other one is URL data. This is your Spark data frame. Now, what I'm expecting you to do is read this URL data first. Sorry, read this Avro data and URL data first. Right? Then what is the requirement? What is the requirement? Flatten it completely. Flatten it completely. You should not select the caps columns. and remove numericals. You got the point what I mean? All of you? From this, numericals from username. Do that make sense? All of you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
from URL data, flatten it completely and remove numericals. Perfect. So far, all good. That's your fifth step. Sixth step. Sixth step. Do a left broadcast join between Avro data frame and numericals removed URL data frame. You understood this one? What I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Folks, here you have Avro data frame. Here you have numericals removed data frame. You have to perform a left join. We call this a left. Understand what is left broadcast join on the top of username column. You understood what I mean? All of you here. Folks, am I confusing you?
Yes, I know.
No, sir, understood, sir.
Have Avro table at the left. Have numericals removed data frame to the right. Perform left broadcast join with the username as a joining column. Done. If you see, join data frame. Username would be the common one. These columns are coming from Avro data. Folks, till here, sorry. Yeah. Till here, it comes from Avro data frame columns. From nationality, it would be URL data frame columns. Do that make sense? What I mean? Till here, Avro data frame.
Okay.
The right side columns are URL data frame. What I mean to say is, imagine I have Avro data. This is your Avro. Avro DF. This is your URL DF. Numericals really removed URL DF. What is the common column between these two? It's a username. Username. Now, username is a common column. Now, what am I asking? With the reference of username, please join this with the Avro data frame. You got my point, what I mean? Basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, you will have columns of Avro columns, data frame columns, as well as URL columns. Do that make sense? URL columns, data frame columns. Do a left join. Do a left join. Till here, it's an Avro data frame columns after the join. These and all URL data frame join. All of you can able to understand this. Or you want me to reiterate it?
Understood, sir.
Anyone want me to reiterate it?
No, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, I understood.
See, you'll have Avro DF, right? That's our first data frame. This URL data frame should have undergone flatten, then removed numericals happened. Perform left join between these two with respect to the common column known as username. That's what I'm expecting. Now that makes sense? All of you now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done. That is also done. That's our sixth step. Folks, create Eclipse project, read Avro data, read URL data, flatten the URL data completely, remove numericals from username, do left broadcast join between Avro DF and numericals removed, URL df. Done. Now comes 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's quite important. From data frame of 6th step, there would be a data frame. Right? 6th step, create 2 data frames. One is available customers. Other one is not available customers. How to find available and not available? By performing
Filter.
nationality is not null. Nationality is null. You got my point, what I mean? I'll tell you what is it. Folks, when I perform Avro join, have a check. Have a check. I may have for example, BB1, BB2, and BB3. I may have nationality India, and null. Why we got null for BB3 username? Because it is not there in the URL data. You got my point, what I mean? Right?
Yes, sir.
BB1 and BB2 we found the data in the URL data. BB3 is there in the Avro data, but the URL data does not have it. If you put a filter on nationality is not null, you will get the available customers separately and you will get the not available customers separately. You got my point, what I mean? Actually, now? Still not clear? Okay, I'll tell you. Folks, did you see nationality column here in this joint data frame?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put a filter. Nationality is not null. Nationality is null. So you'll get 2 data frames. Nationality is null, came out. Can you see that? A data frame came out. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Getting it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Folks, am I complicating it or already I'm going iteration again? Can I have a response? Can I have a concentration here, please? Almost done. Today we are going to execute only 7 steps. Can you complete the 7 steps today? Out of 9 steps? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
These are the only steps. Create a new Eclipse project. Create sample.avro. Read URL data. Don't flatten the data completely. Remove numericals. Do left broadcast join. Create 2 data frames. Nationality is not null. Nationality is null. Only these steps you have to perform. Possible or not? Remaining 2, I will give you tomorrow as a phase 2 completion. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Folks, I'm sending these details in your Zoom chat. I'm sending if you want me to, Karthika, if you want me to call you and tell me to go on mute, I'll call you right now, Karthika. Karthika, you want me to call you? Handling meeting is such a tough job. Don't call yourself as educated or matured enough. That's what I actually wondered. Okay, a person cannot handle meeting with care. Then what they know? What they know? They don't know anything. Okay. Shall I give you the project solution for everything? Will that work? Yeah?
Let's try first try. Then
Not the solution, boss.
Yes, sir.
Output.
Yeah,
Output. Output.
we need
to
see this. Okay.
Output. Okay. Wow. In 1 hour to 1.5 hours, I'll post you the solution, folks. Just first give a try on this. First, give a try on this. After 1.5 hours, I will give you a solution. All right, just give a try first. Sharply by 1 o'clock, I'll post you the solution. 1 or 1:15 kind of. Okay, I'm giving all these details to you, not the project solution. For details, I'm providing everything. Complete the task today. Complete the project today. At least this still 7 steps. We have 9 steps and also 4 more steps. This is just execution 1. Tomorrow I'll be telling you execution 2 and 3 as well. And tomorrow is your magic date. Start this work. By tomorrow, once you reach out to the magic date, tomorrow profile building would be there. Tomorrow we are going to discuss very deep on different kinds of category folks of different profiles, how to build your resume, which mean gap folks, non-IT folks, ETL folks, IT but non-data folks, everything. Let's meet for magic date today. Many updates going to come from now on. All right, folks, I provided all the solutions, required documents. Do the required documents are enough from my end? Project sample. Okay, 1 sec. Project sample.abro. Folks, these inputs are enough, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Start your work.
Yes, sir.
Let's meet for profile building for tomorrow. Real-time scenario that you can handle it later. First, focus on the project. Complete the project. When you get some time, you can execute on the weekdays. Please complete this project today itself. By 1:15, I'll be posting you the solution document. How to read it, how to proceed further. Okay, folks, that works? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
7 steps in the group.
And steps. That's what I have provided in this requirement document. Anyway, I'm providing it again. Hope you enjoyed the session. Complete the project. It's actually 7 steps, not 9 steps. Just 7 steps. Complete that, folks. Immediately complete it. Slowly, I'll increase the toughness. Okay. Fine then, folks. Start with it. Let's see who can complete first. 3 different groups we have, right? Let's see who complete first in each group. All right. Thank you, folks. Meet you tomorrow for magic date. Fine. Perfect. Thanks a lot, all of you. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you, sir.
Those who are down, stay back. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Sai,
Tell me.
Sai, can I call you for 2 minutes if it is possible?
Sandeep, first of all, I understand, Sandeep, you have been discussing regarding the profiling with my team about the profile building. Correct, Sandeep?
Not that there was some.
Sandeep,
other
just
things
give me
I
some
wanted to
time.
discuss.
Highly crucial week it is, Sandeep. Calling personally at this point of time is highly crucial. Don't take me wrong. Give me a brief space of time. I'll discuss with you 1-to-1 tomorrow.
Okay, Sai.
All right. Just give me some time. It's not in my hands. Time is not getting in my hands from past 1 week. So many works are going on. Amid my health. Leave about the health. I don't want to take an excuse here. I understand you reached out to multiple people. So at least put a message to me. Okay.
I have put the message, Sai, but I was having multiple doubts. So I just wanted to discuss that with you. That's it. But it's okay. We can talk tomorrow. That's okay.
Fine. Thank you. Folks, again, seems Gomati and Hema is getting calls for inquiries. Please consider to ask them to call me. If I'm busy, I'll call later. Thought of updating it. Good. Go ahead, Shashi.
Sai, actually, my laptop got crashed, so
Shashi?
I need lab access.
Am I audible, Shashi?
Hello.
Yeah, Shashi. Go ahead, Shashi.
My laptop got crashed, Sai, actually. So I need lab access. So I paid 1,000 rupees. And I mean,
Please
is it
contact
possible?
him. Possible. Contact
No,
him.
I sent to Gomati, but I did not get any credentials.
Connect the doubt session. Connect the doubt session, Shashi. That's the reason we are hosting the doubt session every day. Okay. Connect the doubt session. Hema would be there. Hema, I send a screenshot. Can you help me with the lab access? Simple.
Okay. Thanks.
That's the reason we are not replacing the doubt sessions properly, not just by anyone. Doubt session 8:30 to 9:30, I'm dedicating predominantly Hema to assist all the other folks so that any issues. So kindly consider, kindly join and
No
get the
issues. No
issues.
issues. I will do that. I'll do that.
Sudhir.
Thanks.
Yeah, Aditya,
Thank
quick
you.
question.
Go
Hello.
ahead,
Can
Sudhir.
you hear me, Aditya?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, we are doing the left outer join and doing, right? Rather than,
Mhm.
can we do a lookup?
Lookup has a less performance. You know what will happen? Lookup will go to each and every node and it'll try to get the data. If you provide a join, for example, broadcast join, the entire data will come in to sit in all the executors. Actually, lookup can help, but less performance.
But in Spark, we can do lookup. Means,
Can do lookup. Yeah,
yes, right?
Spark has a lookup. Spark has a
Okay.
lookup, but low performance. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
joins
And
are
next
always the
second-
first priority. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Aditya. And next question is like, I'm from US, so to whom should I ask about the job positions and all those stuff? And Mark
Job
or
positions,
someone?
I'll be providing your. We can provide an employee's contact number. But are you going through marketing? I mean, through employees marketing?
Yes, means what do you mean by employees?
Usually we have a consultancy.
I'll be going to the consulting. Yeah, I
Consultancy.
will be going.
Yeah, there is one consultancy. Predominantly, they look for only big data. Actually, all right.
Okay.
Let me. You want the number now itself? If you want,
Yeah,
I'll provide.
you can text me. You can text me, or you can tell me now.
Can you bring me in
I can
WhatsApp
come.
once, please? Just bring me in WhatsApp once.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. His name is Bala. Okay. He's in India, but he works for that consultancy from India. So you can contact him. This guy will provide all the US employees details to you. I mean, he work for a consultancy. Yeah. Fine.
Sure. Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Bye.
Zaid.
So I just wanted to ask like this real-time scenario which we discussed. So if I talk about the like regular job, like once we get deployed, so this is day to day, or this is something which comes in a while?
See, it depends, imagine this is one portion of the whole architecture. Okay. Today I got a pred one, right? Pred one. And finally I processed it and written the data to the Snowflake, correct?
Yes.
From Snowflake again, the data will be consumed by other Spark job.
Yes.
And again, that will do something other requirement and write it to a different destination. From that, again, another job will run. See, everything is interlinked here.
Okay. Okay.
As source, we consume the data from source and write it to a destination. That destination becomes a source for the next job.
Oh, okay. So like this time the source and destination were Snowflake. So it could be Hive also. It could be RDBMS also.
Anything
like this.
can be.
Okay.
See, right now I gave an Avro file, right? for
Yeah.
the project?
Yeah.
What if that Avro file is sitting in the project one's data? In project one, we write the data as Avro to Hive table, correct? In HDFS.
Yes.
What that becomes a source for our project now. That can also be done, right?
Yes.
Correct. So it's all about interlinking. How to interlink, how to exaggerate the project as a passage. That's what is tomorrow's magic date. You got it?
Yeah. And Sai, one more question related to collace and repartition. Like if we do collace and we are bringing everything into a single partition. So like, is it the possibility that it will
No.
impact
I
the
never said, no. I never said collace will bring to the single partition. No.
No, if we do that?
You're talking about collace one?
Yeah.
Collace one or repartition one, it will bring to the same partition. See,
yeah, it will
collace
bring
one
to
or
the
repartition one, right? You're talking about collace one, not just collace. You're talking about collace one.
collace
correct?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it will bring to the same partition, correct? Yeah.
So like if the data is huge and we bring it into a single partition, so will that cause performance impact?
Obviously, skewness. One part file is always a data skewness.
Okay.
Yeah. See, as many
So
part
we
files
should
we have,
be-
that many cores will work.
Yeah. So we should be well aware, like before using these collace and repartition.
See, we
should
use
be-
collace and repartition to increase the performance only.
Okay.
Increase the partitions and check the performance. How cores are getting divided. Getting it?
Yeah. Got it.
We increase and decrease and check the performance. But collace one is a very bad option. It's not bad. It's a worst option. Nobody will do it.
Got it.
Simple.
And say one more thing, like, is there a concept of mappers in Spark?
See, everything is mappers, right? Core are mappers, isn't it? See, what are mappers? Cores, system cores, quad core, dual core.
Oh, okay.
Every laptop or every community hardware will have a cores, right? 32V cores.
Okay, got it.
You saw that memory tuning, right? 32V cores.
Yeah. I mean, cores
Cores
I
are nothing
know,
but mappers here. Yeah, cores are nothing but mappers.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sikandar?
Hello?
Go ahead, Sikandar. Yeah.
Sir, can you tell me about little bit more about Snowflakes? Is Snowflakes?
See, imagine Snowflake it's a kind of a data warehouse. All right. Imagine, but just like as of now, Snowflake is a SQL for now. You got it? See, data warehouse in the sense, it's like Hive. Snowflake is just like Hive. You got it? What is the use of Hive? It has a storage system at the backend, correct? HDFS.
Yes.
Here it will use S3 as a storage medium, and it will query and show you to the data. Now, whatever the data I have inserted, that data is going to backend S3 only.
Okay. So why we are doing with integrate with the machine learning model with the Snowflakes? Why we are doing the machine learning model?
That's the requirement. My requirement came like that. I need the linear regression model to be performed. See, why in the sense we cannot ask if my management is saying, "Can you do it?" Hey, why are you doing it? We cannot ask that question. Correct, Sikandar? They say, "Do this." Okay, I'll do it. Requirement. It's a requirement. Purpose is we call it as a prediction modeling. Prediction modeling in the sense they'll do some predictions like how much of sales you can expect in the upcoming month. They predict it. You got the point? Okay, what's going to happen in the future? What is modeling? What is machine learning modeling or data science predominantly? We predict the future, correct? Simple.
But like first iteration or second iteration, we are using the machine
This is a very simple
learning
one,
model.
Sikandar. This is very simple. At the end,
Yeah,
you see
machine
the
learning model is linear regression. Yeah, linear regression is only for the two variable modeling. Yeah, but we have in a column we have more than two variable, and why we are still using that linear regression?
Okay, you're talking about the 3 columns for linear regression? No, we said 3 columns.
No.
Yeah, we said
No, linear regression is mainly used for the two variable dependent variable. Yeah.
It's not mandatory for 2. I'm using 3. Sikinder,
Oh, okay.
it's not restricted to 2. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
It's not
And
restricted to 2. That's what my answer is. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. And the one more thing. Sorry for that one.
Go ahead. Don't wait.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
And like you said before, so the Scala, Python, uh, Scala is the programming language, and the Python is also programming language, and the Spark is a framework, like you said, yeah, before. So the why the Spark is taken as a not taken as a programming language, is taken as a data frame. What does that mean?
Anyway.
Mhm.
Anyway. This question I already answered. Anyway.
Please.
Language is different. Framework is different.
Mhm.
Language is different. Framework is different. Language is a base language. On top of that language only, we build the frameworks. Getting it, Sikinder?
Yeah. Okay.
We have to use a tool. All right. So if we have a tool, we can build our framework. For example, you use a Windows. Correct?
Yes.
Using your Windows, you create the notepads. Correct? The base is Windows OS, right? On top of it only, you're creating the notepads and all, right? Open a notepad and edit it. Correct?
Okay.
And you use that, you're sending that notepad to your friend to read it. You created a framework of notepad and you gave it to him to read it. That's what here. The base is language. Framework is different. The tool is different. Still not clear.
And and now I have another questions about the architecture thing in the from the goal video.
Okay, but one question, Sikinder. Why not these questions are not getting clarified in the doubt sessions?
Because I don't have a time to do that one, please.
See, but we are hosting the doubt sessions every day, isn't it?
Yeah. But that time I was in the working place. That's why I couldn't allow
Sikinder,
to do
not
that.
in a one day. You have to at least try for another day, Sikinder. You're getting it? We are hosting the doubt sessions amid our day job. Correct? I have my day job. Hema has a day job. It's hardly what you have to do. You connect through the phone, hardly 2 minutes or 5 minutes, get the issues resolved, and you can get clarified. The problem here is we are not getting the purpose of doubt sessions. That's why I've been repeating from ages.
Okay.
We are not utilizing the doubt sessions. The purpose of doubt sessions are getting failed. Instead, I'll cancel the doubt sessions Monday to Friday. Let's stick on with only weekend sessions.
So we can also connect with our phone with the doubt session. You mean, yeah?
Obviously,
Okay.
Zoom meeting only, right?
Okay, thank you.
Utilize it.
Thank you.
Utilize it. So that what is my worry is not posting a question right now. My worry is we are losing the purpose of the doubt sessions. Instead, I'll cancel it and only in the weekends I can keep it. See, sometimes
okay,
Hema is sitting idle.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody joins for 1 hour.
No, I did a couple of join with the Hema before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not you, but sometimes when I join, myself and Hema, sometimes when I join and say only Hema and Hema are sitting idle. Sometimes. So the purpose is getting lost. Anyway, go ahead with the questions.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Go ahead with the questions.
And the one more thing, yeah. About the Hive architecture and the like you said before, the whenever we execute the query from UI and it goes to the driver and then the driver goes
Can I
to
have
the
the
compiler.
state? Can I have this question state? That's okay. I know the architecture. What is the question? Straight to the question.
And is the driver is the name node?
No, driver is not the name node. What is a driver is one of the data nodes starts a driver program. All right. Here we use a kind of a Hive uses a Derby database. You got it? We use a Derby database. For every Derby database or a meta store, predominantly we call it as a meta store, we'll have a driver. Any query that shoots in a SQL or in Spark or in Hive, anything, there is a driver program. You understand in Spark also we have a concept of driver program. It picks up a node and start the driver program. Correct, Sikinder?
Program.
Correct.
Driver program is a kind of
I've completed the goal video.
yeah, I had completed the
What
goal
was our
video.
Spark architecture I have told?
Spark architecture.
Okay. Anyway,
Oh, sorry.
okay, I'll reiterate it.
I have
Okay.
told-
No. You have to remember, Sikandar. Because we already
Okay.
answered few. We're wasting time here. Anyway, I'll make it a bit
Thank
crisp.
you.
Still, you don't understand. Connect to the doubt sessions on Monday to Friday. Driver
Okay,
program
okay,
is
thank
nothing
you.
but the place. Driver is a nothing but a place or a node where the programming URLs will be. When programming meta information of the programming will be considered. Hive, when you trigger a Hive query, it's a Java program. That Java program is nothing but a driver program. That driver program runs in one of the nodes which picked up by the resource manager. Have you seen the YARN architecture?
YARN architecture is a job tracker. Yeah?
Sikandar, can you
Okay.
verify the gold video and come back to me tomorrow? We'll discuss.
Okay.
Thank you. Uday? Uday?
Sai, I'm sharing my screen, Sai.
Mhm.
Host disable screen sharing.
No, go ahead.
Sai, last week you told like a optional third, like you can work on some of 1 minute. Sorry. Actually, last week you told to some task, 3 tasks. One is normal users and other things.
State.
Like you asked us to select any of the complex data file and work on that. In meantime, I took this medication thing. Actually, a small dot. Like I joined a down session. Up to this, I'm fine, Sai. Like I am able to explode all the.
Go ahead with the question. Go ahead with the question.
Actually,
Straight to the question.
yeah, sure. This mineral is a index of this array data. So what I have to do means I have to move this mineral to the type under the type in the whenever I am flattening this array array details. So I tried with this, but that is not possible. Like every time we cannot add them in manually, right? So dynamically, how we can collect this data these details.
Uday, let's discuss on the requirement. Straight away to the requirement. I definitely understand your data frame, everything I understand.
Yeah.
Your requirement is you want to make this mineral to go inside a type. Is that what your requirement?
Yes, Sai.
Where is the type?
I have created under the new data frame. I am assigning that type.
Okay, what does Hema told for this?
We have to do some R&D on this. What is?
Where is collect list? Uday, are you trying to okay. Inside type what you want? Inside type you need a mineral as a struct.
Yeah, not only on mineral, for all the values, like the headers are there, right? For that struct type, say the minerals, beta blocker, like this. That headers need to be moved in under the type. Whenever I'm creating new data frame, I have to collect all this.
I reiterate the question.
Yeah.
Which column you're expecting at the top?
As normal data flow, like those is fine, but under that I will add a new column called type.
Same question.
Okay.
What is your first hierarchy of the column? Type?
Type, yeah.
Okay.
Type.
Inside type, what you're expecting?
Dose, name, pill count, refills, all these things.
This thing you're expecting, correct? What is the data type you're expecting under it? What is the type data type you're expecting?
String. As a normal string.
String.
Actually, say this is also array format. All the arrays having same columns. Say you can open the medication. There is a medication.
I'll reiterate it. My question is very simple, right? Things so complicated. Okay. You need type, correct?
Yes.
What is the data type of this type you're expecting?
String. It need to be string.
String. What do you want inside this type?
What are the headers of that array? Header index values of that array. Start like this.
You need the column names.
Yeah, column name.
You just need the column names.
Yes,
These ones?
No, say 1 minute. Give me a minute. I will show it directly in this file. So what I'm saying is this is array, this, for example, let's consider this as an array. In array, this all the data is there. So what I'm like all the arrays having same like name, strength, dose, root, sick, pill count, refills. But what I'm trying to update, I mean, as per the requirement, I need this name need to be moved as a type in the new data frame. Here, it need to become like this.
What about this? This has to stay same.
This I have to remove. I am flattening the data, every data.
Then we have to flatten the data. All these names will go into the same columns, right? See, if you don't have it as an array, right?
Okay.
You don't have it as an array.
Okay.
If you remove this or explode it,
Okay.
all this name from here and name from bureautic, everything goes into the same column, correct?
Yes, but this name also need to be come under this, that have to collect this dynamically. All
That's the
array
reason I
names.
asked you a question again. Do you require this to be array or not?
No, I don't want to be this array. But
Okay,
I
if you
need that name.
okay, Uday, if you remove that array, what will happen? Right? All these names will become into a single quote, right? Okay,
Yes,
have you created a data set? Okay, have you created a data set, expected data set?
Yes,
Show me the data
see
set.
here.
Show me the data
See
set.
here. See
No,
here, like
as a
this.
data set. As a data set.
Here.
Okay.
Here. All the data is available here. Sai. What my issue is, I need to collect these names. Like this is a proper JSON format and it's a complex data is fine. But I have to save this into a table saying thus, this is a tab dose one, name of this tablet, pill count, but for which
I'm
type
not
it is
sure where
using.
I'm failing. I'm not sure where I'm failing. Whether I fail or you fail to make me understand. Okay. Okay. Imagine I'm a very layman. I don't know anything.
Okay.
Now explain it.
Simple, sir. Let's go to the first into this document. Sai, I have all the things what you share. Like we have a data complex data here. So what I did is
Are you expecting this as a beta blocker?
Yes.
Now
The
my
criteria
question, the same question I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
we require this field or not?
No, I don't require now.
What about this one? Do we
For
need this as a separate data frame or the same data frame?
into the same data frame? We have to change them. We have to change all these data frames into a single table columns.
Okay.
Actually, my concern is like you know, right?
No,
This
dynamically you cannot.
Dynamically we cannot. Huh?
Dynamically you cannot. What you have to do, you have to take each column out, flatten it completely, and keep attached with a lit as a beta blocker, and you have to union all the data frames.
Okay, that's fine, Sai. And one more doubt, Sai. Actually, this is fine. I understood your your thing. Okay, I will check in another format. Like, but before that, I need one more input here. Can we collect this beta blocker to a variable? I mean, without no need of this data, everything. Just I need only this name.
No, columns. Dot columns. What's the use of dot columns?
We can use the ace dot something.
Dot columns, right? This is DF, right?
Yes, sir.
But you'll get all the columns actually.
Okay. Why? Because if I get that column names, then I can
But
use.
you'll get it as a wrapped array. Have a check on it.
Yeah, that I worked on that side. Wrapped array. That we have to split it, right? Everything.
Yeah, then you had to call.
Yeah. This.
You'll be getting like this. Array of strings.
I think you were directly using of unflat like on array.
No, column should come first. Folks, just give me 1 minute, folks. I'll be back.
Sai, you can.
We have strings. We have strings. Okay. In the first hierarchy, applications will happen. Not in hierarchy. Struct. So actually, too much of customizations is required.
Okay, sir.
I mean, that's the only idea I'm getting. You have print schema, right?
Yeah, I have done. Below is there, Sai, I think. Below I have done that all.
Yeah, that's it. No, we have to do too many customizations today. You have to convert into a string, then you have to filter it with only the struct type. You have to bring it further. Like too many customizations are required. Without column names, customize the columns you cannot. But still, you can use a print schema, convert it to two string. Like this,
Okay.
all this data comes into a two string. Then you have to take this as a struct separately or array separately.
Okay.
Customizations will
Okay.
come.
Okay. In that case, you saying that based on the type, data type, we can collect all the list.
That's the only thing, but it's very hard. Like customer, that's why I told you, right? Column customizations, we cannot go too much. Data customizations to a certain extent we can manage, but column
Yeah, but
customization is too hard.
yeah, because when I compared with all the files, this is like complicated. So like let's try with this. So
No, and that's why I said customizations are dynamic. No, complex data does not work on dynamic. You have to do so many like this, like a dot RDD, dot MPS string. Then you have to convert into a two string.
okay, so understood.
Then again you have to put a filtered. No.
Using
To
of
list.
struct.
To list. Then again, what you have to do? Dot filter.
Dot filter.
X dot contains array.
Contains array.
Then you have to put an array here. These many things will run into picture. You got it. So this requires too much of customization, but such requirements I believe will not get it. But still, since you asked, I'm telling you, like which is the columns. Column fetching will usually happen with the struct type. But how many columns we have? The columns are keep changing every day. Then it's a data problem. Dynamicality doesn't work that way.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
yeah. Understood. Thank you, Sai.
Thank you. Manas.
Hello.
Good, Manas.
So actually I'm sharing my screen and getting some error.
Go ahead.
Is it visible?
Not yet.
Now?
Tell me.
Actually, I have skipped something. I'm not able to recall what I have script.
Okay. Why not this issue is not addressed in the doubt session?
Actually, I'm having my exam, so that's why. Just last night I was doing the task, so that time I got this error.
So base issue, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Go ahead.
And sir, I have a question. One more question about a question was there in the gold video.
Manas,
about
straight
Git.
to the question. No need to give the background. Straight to the question. Let's not waste
Okay,
time. What is
okay.
your question?
I want to know about Git.
Git. Have you opened the
Yeah.
short video which I have posted the link?
Yeah. No,
Have
no,
you seen?
no. That video I've not gone through.
Yeah, in the gold video, I should have mentioned
No,
one
no,
link, right?
not yet.
You can type that link in the Zoom, right? In the URL, right? It's a small URL,
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
correct?
Okay, sir. Oh, and
Let me give you the URL, right?
okay. And one more question was there. Sir, actually, just like I'm pursuing MCA, it's my final year. So, what recruiters are searching for, experience or what?
No, that depends, Manas. That depends. I think we already in the initial part of discussion we should have mentioned like whether we have to try as a fresher or as an experienced. We have to try as a fresher. If you want to go with an experience, then we have to create an experience. That I'll discuss tomorrow during the profile building. Okay, Manas?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I sent the Git video already in your Zoom chat.
Okay.
Yashwant?
Actually, like, could you please share the ISM notes in group chat? The notes was very feasible to revision and to study.
Not right now, Yashwant. I'll share it tomorrow. Not
Yes,
today.
I thank you.
Nobody will
Yeah.
do the notes going for if I share Ayush's notes. I'll provide you. Yeah.
Actually, it is very feasible to study that. That is the reason.
I'll share. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Koida?
Sai, actually, like, I just want to know, like, any challenges, like, where we face during the big data development, like, because that's the predominant question over here. Like, what are the challenges you have faced during your development process or anything? Like, if you're going to put an
I think production
experience.
issues I have put in the gold video, right? Have you seen that production issues list?
Yes, production issues list, but while doing the querying or anything, like, what are the challenges? Like,
Yeah, challenges is slowness. Always the challenge is
or
slowness. Like
performance is the only
performance
thing.
is a
Yeah.
major issue. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank
Sometimes
you,
bad
Sai.
data. Like
Okay.
data suddenly. Once upon a time for the Snowflake I given you, right? Object aggregation, array aggregation. I think I spoke
Okay.
about it in
Yes,
our
yes,
session
that
itself.
is there.
That
Yeah,
can also
okay.
be. All the production issues, all the performance issues you can mention as a challenges.
Okay, then. Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Tushant?
Sorry, could you please forward the consultant's number for me too? I'm just pinging you on WhatsApp.
I thought of giving it today, tomorrow, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
He's in India, but
Okay.
he works for US consultancy.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Group?
Sorry, that in today's this one 2DF used for mapping the column name side. So how and why side actually? Because
columns, see, it's just like 2DF. Yeah, instead of using with column renamed, I used it straight away.
Yes, sir, but 2DF it will be is for converting it to data frame only, right? We can.
Correct, but 2DF can also help you to remap the columns.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Map this data frame to a new column. You can do it. You got
Okay,
it?
sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. One more thing, sir. You have done that ML, right, sir? Any imports? No need of
ML imports are required.
Okay, sir.
I'll give the whole code. Yeah.
Okay. So one more thing. Why we need separate method for that incremental zip with index side? We don't have any.
No, we can do it, but if I have multiple data frames undergoing, I have just created a method. That's it. Multiple data frames are going. I can create a common method and we can do it, right? Actually.
Okay.
Okay. Let me tell me.
How to implement this without using a method? Is there any other?
Just don't do it. Directly go with this. This is a code, right? Just go ahead and do the code. This one.
Okay, sir.
Just these two lines. df dot rdd dot zip with index map. That's it. These two lines can do it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sushita?
Hi, Sai. Just a second, I'm sharing my screen. I was actually like practicing the scoop export with some data. It says that it job failed, but I'm not able to understand.
Again, the same question, Sushita. Same question. There was a doubt session yesterday evening by 8:30. What's happening? What happened?
Actually, I just executed this morning. Early
Anyway,
morning.
I understand, but I just had to postpone this to the doubt session, Suchita, not here. But I'll give it a try, but I may have to postpone it, okay?
Mm-hmm. You want that export command?
Wait. It's a job?
No, I directly did
Export
the
command?
export command. Yeah. It's this one. This one.
Okay. How to check the logs if it failed? Suchita?
MetaDB dot.
No. Have you completed the gold video?
Yeah, I did, but
Then why this is missing? Suchita, what's happening?
like,
No. See, we are not learning to forget, right?
yeah, right.
Then I should have mentioned about yarn logs already.
Mm-hmm.
What is this data? What is this data? Is it a valid date?
Oh, okay.
Create the table with string, all strings, okay, and re-export it. Go to MySQL, create with all strings, don't create with date. Okay, Suchita?
Okay. I should not have given the column.
While column as date, give it as varchar. It's also problem.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Sachin?
First of all, thank you, Sai, for all your hard work. And yes, last week I've given 2 interviews. I don't know how, but from Naukri I've got interviewed. So that was great. And everything was from the cold video. So there no doubt session, but there was no doubt. So everything was done there.
Okay.
So
It's good
first interview got cleared for CGI and second got means it was good. So they were saying that they will share the profile with US client and they will get back to me in New Year. And similar with Cognizant, I've given one interview, first round of interview. So every question I've answered. So he was impressed.
What is the percentage of code video you got?
For Cognizant, I would say it was near to 100%. And for CGI, there was some you can say the hands-on questions. That was similar to what you have given in the assignments. So just to inform you that it is very helpful. So thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure, Sachin. Good to know that. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. All right then.
Thank you.
But Krishna, yeah, I have to leave. Go ahead. Ask question.
Sorry. I'm sharing my screen. Sorry about that I'm having a issue with the Eclipse. The thing is like the Maven file is missing.
How long this issue is?
This morning I was practicing with those old tasks.
Okay. Your screen is not getting shared. Let's talk about the solution.
Is it shared now?
No, it's still loading.
Okay.
No, Krishna, it's still having an issue. Tell me what's the issue.
Actually, the Maven is not there. I'm not able to find the Maven.
Re-extract the Eclipse. Remove this Eclipse. I already gave an Eclipse, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Re-extract that. Remove this existing Eclipse.
Okay.
Get to it, Krishna.
Okay.
You have the scale. You have the scale ID. Sorry, you have the scale ID.
Yes, yes, I do have
Yes,
it.
re-extract it and start working on it. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Yeah.